afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Oh, baby, one of those days you dream of as a sports fan. A New York Knicks playoff game tonight. The Mets and the Yankees playing baseball tonight. Yankees going for the sweep. The Mets trying to win a series tonight. And, of course, the NFL draft tonight. We got a very busy 4 hours. Connor Hughes is going to join us at 11 o'clock, get us ready for the draft. The New York Yankees continue to own the Boston Red Sox. And yes, by some miracle, it finally happened. The New York Mets won a baseball game, but not without controversy. Injury to Francisco Lindor, and Juan Soto hates all his teammates. We will get to all of that as the show rolls on. But today is draft day. And I can only speak for myself as a Jet fan, and obviously you, Tiki, can speak for everybody as a Giant legend. I look at tonight specifically, all right, because obviously round 2 is going to be a big day for the Jets as well, picking at 33 and 44 as Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn try to build this roster. But as we get set for number 2 and we finally get the answer to what the Jets are going to do, I feel like I'm in a win-win spot. Like, I'm excited about both players. Do I have a preference? Yes. I'm going the more conservative, ready-now approach in David Bailey. But if we get the announcement at about 8:15 tonight that Arvell Reese is a New York Jet, I'm excited. And maybe a part of it is that I've never been, Tiki, one of those Jet fans that cries on draft night. Right. Where I get all pissed at draft night. Because at the end of the day...
Screaming, yelling, do whatever.
I don't know.
Right. Of course, you never know.
I don't know.
You know why? Because they're rookies.
They're rookies.
And they could be great. Or they could be terrible. Most of them take some time to figure it out. You know how I feel, Evan.
How do you feel?
I hate rookies.
That's because they don't know what it takes. They're good, and eventually some of them may be great. Some of them may be all pros. Hell, some of them may be Hall of Famers. But when they first get there, they have no idea the business of the game and what it takes to be great at it. And so the only thing I look for when I look at rookies is a kid that wants to be great. Right, that's willing to put in the work. It's been my biggest issue over the last 4 years with Evan Neal. I look at him and I'm like, do you even care? Like, do you want to be great?
Right.
And so you can't afford that kind of miss, a guy who doesn't want it. And I think while this draft, according to a lot of people, doesn't have a ton of talent, I do think there's a lot of like really desirable players because they want to be great at what they're doing.
Right.
And that's just... I mean, I don't know them. That's just from reading the details. What was it? The Beast, who comes out with all these detailed backgrounds.
Dane Brugler.
Dane Brugler's Beast, which is awesome, by the way. You should definitely, it's on The Athletic. You should definitely go take a look at this if you care about the personalities and the backgrounds of some of these kids. But you read some of these things, and it's like, man, this kid had a great family, had like multiple siblings. They all were athletic. Like, you can feel when someone wants to be great at what they're doing. And I think the Jets, in particular, especially with Arvell Reese, if they take him, or David Bailey, they're going to get a kid that wants to be great.
And they need a player that's going to be great because the Jets, in a lot of ways, are starting from the beginning.
Right.
Especially on defense. Not as much offense, but on defense, they're starting from the beginning. And they need good football players. And ultimately, I don't know at the end of the day who's going to be the better player, Arvell Reese or David Bailey. Why I've shifted more towards Bailey than Reese, and this is such a negative view, but I kind of have to look at it this way, is the uncertainty of this coaching staff moving forward.
Right.
I feel like David Bailey's a very easy start and plug kind of guy.
Play right now,
contribute right now. It ain't that complicated. And if things go badly this season, not necessarily with this player, but just go badly overall.
The Jets are a sewer.
Because they're the Jets and they're changing coaching staffs, I think David Bailey's going to be completely fine with whoever the next head coach is.
Right.
I think with Arvell Reese, there's more kind of risk involved. Now, with that said, at 8:25 tonight, if they announce Arvell Reese, my reaction as a Jet fan is going to be, I hope he's great.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not going to cry about it.
Well, the Jets have been so obscure with their draft plans because remember they had a visit scheduled with David Bailey.
Correct, and then they canceled.
Yeah. And so what does that mean?
David Bailey was going to visit the facility, they said, no thanks. We already know all we need to know.
Right.
And even David Bailey kind of made a comment about, I didn't really get to walk around the facility. What does that mean?
But they also never had a visit for Arvell Reese.
Right.
So what does that tell you about Arvell Reese?
I think it tells you, and this is something I will compliment the Jets on over the last year plus in this Darren Muji, Aaron Glenn era. They are really trying to kill the leaks. They're trying to make things unpredictable. Now, what's the advantage of that when you're really owning this draft at 2? Because let's face it, the New York Jets own this draft right now. We know Mendoza's going number 1. That's it. Nothing's going to change that. The New York Jets are setting the tone for every other team behind them, including your team, based on what they do at 2. So I don't really see a reason to be mysterious about it. But it seems like that's what they've tried to do since Muji and Glenn have taken over, and they've done that with the second overall pick.
Here's the interesting thing. Even though they're the number 2 pick, but we all know that Fernando Mendoza is going number 1 to the Las Vegas Raiders. Mm-hmm. He's not the best player in this draft, which means that the Jets have the opportunity to draft the best player in the 2026 draft.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so that's up to them. Some people say it's Arvell Reese. Others will say it's Jeremiah Love. It doesn't matter. It's subjective. But the Jets, coming out of this draft, should get the best player in this draft.
And that's the bar.
That should tell you something.
Well, we need to have, and this is the key, and look, if the Jets are going to turn this franchise around, and I'm not talking about just in 1 year, but over the next 2 or 3 years, they need to hit.
Yes.
Darren Muji right now is facing one of the most important days of his pro career, a few days of his career, because you got to pick at 2. You got to pick at 16, which is the other kind of wild card about tonight.
Yes.
Unless they trade back or they trade up, which I guess are both options. And then let's not forget, they begin the second round tomorrow.
Right.
They're the kingpins of the second round, which makes it also a very tradable pick. And then they pick 11 slots later at 44. And what Darren Muji needs to do, if the Jets are going to turn their franchise around, is you need 4 starting caliber players that you walk away from at this draft. Now, we're not going to know the answer today or tomorrow. That's why, as a Jet fan, like sometimes our reactions to the draft are so over the top. Mm-hmm. Like I grew up seeing the old videos of, oh my God, Johnny Lamb Jones, and I never understood that as a fan. Like as a fan, I look at draft day as a day of hope. Like, do I have my preferences? Sure. In fact, I'll take you behind the curtain a couple years ago, and it involves your team. When the Jets and Giants both had numerous first-round picks a couple years ago, the Jets made the decision to draft Sauce Gardner. The Giants made the decision to draft Kayvon Thibodeau. Evan Neal, I think, was a part of that draft, if memory serves correct. I remember as a Jet fan not being in love with drafting.
Don't get mad, Sean. It's Thibodeau. It's all good.
I'm not correcting Evan.
Whatever. On a roll. I didn't want Sauce Gardner in that spot. Now, I admitted when they took him, what do I know? Hopefully he turns out to be the next Darrelle Revis. But even after they took a player I didn't necessarily want, I didn't look at it as doom and gloom. Like Jet fans, we have plenty of days to be doom and gloom. It's called week 1, 2, 3, 7, 9, 12. Like the whole season is doom and gloom.
As well.
I skipped those. This night is a night of hope. So even if there's a player or players you prefer, I've never understood like getting angry on draft night. Same thing with the quarterback situation. Sean and I even made that bet a couple days ago where I don't think the Jets are drafting a quarterback in the first round, nor would I want them to, because it is probably going to preclude them from taking a quarterback next year in a quarterback-rich draft.
Right, if they're going to take a quarterback, make it be much later.
If they took, let's say they took Ty Simpson at 16. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, but let's find the controversial pick that the Jets could make.
That would be it.
I will be stunned. Like, my reaction will be, whoa! But when I give it a few hours to let it digest, it's not going to be end of the world. It's going to be, I hope this guy's great, because he could be great. That's the thing about these kids. We don't know what they are.
You would get excited. You'd have to talk yourself into getting excited, because you now know that you are not necessarily, but potentially preventing yourself from drafting a quarterback next year.
That would be my biggest negative. Yes.
And he's probably not playing. Ty Simpson is probably not playing in year 1 because Geno Smith is going to be your starter. So you're not even going to find out whether or not you should draft a quarterback.
All of those reasons are why I wouldn't want to draft a quarterback that high. But here's the ultimate X factor in all of these players that are taken. What if he's great?
Yeah.
What if in week 5 the Jets are 0-4 and they say, screw it, but here's Ty Simpson and he's the next great quarterback?
Shouldn't he have already projected that, though?
Not necessarily. We've seen it too many times in this league.
Tell me, not a middling, because I don't think he was a middling. He was a very good college quarterback, but a quarterback with limited experience that didn't jump off the page athleticism-wise, who gets drafted middle to late first round or even the second round, it became great.
It doesn't matter, though.
It doesn't, but
because there's so many.
He doesn't profile as a great player.
I don't think he's going to be a great player, but my point is when you go into the NFL draft, even the players that we think are going to be great.
Yes.
We think, how could Evan Neal fail? I remember you even saying that to me.
Of course.
How could he fail? Look at the school he went to. Look at his size. Look at everything.
Right.
And then guys fail. The thing about the draft is that you don't know. And yes, at the end of the day, you'll talk yourself into believing in something that maybe 24 hours you didn't believe in. But these are all college kids that, if we're being honest, we've barely seen, or if you've done the homework like yourself, you've watched tape on in the last few months.
Right.
We don't know.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to know. And Evan Neal is so interesting because I still go back to that first year tape with the Giants. And I'm it's not that bad.
Right.
It's not.
And look,
I don't know what happened. It's year 2 and beyond, but whatever. This is such a crapshoot. It's so exciting from a fan base standpoint. I think even from an organizational standpoint, because you're getting new energy and new blood, and you could draft your next great leader.
Absolutely.
And you don't know it until it happens. And so it's such an exciting day. And that's just from the our side.
Yeah.
Think about the kids' side.
Sure.
The players, these kids that are coming out of college, and you've wanted to follow this dream since you were 10 years old, or maybe even younger, if you fell in love with the game at a very young age, and now it's about to happen. That's what makes it exciting for me, because I think about me and Rondé getting drafted 29 drafts ago.
Damn, you're old.
Which is, yeah, exactly. Yeah. In 1997, and it was that.
It's an exciting day for the players being drafted, and I think when you're a team or you're a fan of a team, it's exciting because there are new players on your roster, and you're going to hope that they turn out to be great. I have my preferences. I would prefer David Bailey over Arvell Reese. If they draft Arvell Reese, I hope the guy's the next great superstar. Mm-hmm. And the truth is, none of us know. The Giant angle here is fascinating because you're picking 5 and you're picking 10. And the whole 10 thing is new because you just got that pick less than a week ago in the Dexter Lawrence trade. And there are so many different ways the Giants could go with these 2 picks. And it almost feels now like the 2 picks are connected.
Yeah.
Because you have both of them, you're kind of playing the game of, well, maybe I can get this guy at 10 that I wanted at 5. Do I go offense? Do I feel like I'm more okay now to go offense because I've got 2 picks? I think the Giant world has been reopened because of this Dexter Lawrence trade. But 5 and 10, and keep this in mind, Giant fans, this is only the second time in the history of your franchise, and the first time was only a couple of years ago, where you've got 2 top 10 picks.
Right.
This is rare. Now, the last time it happened was the aforementioned Kayvon Thibodeau and Evan Neal.
Just think no H.
That's it.
Kayvon, no H.
Tom Thibodeau is the one who confuses me in all of this.
He screws everybody.
I know, and he hasn't been here in a year. So this is a rare moment where you get a chance, 2 cracks at the apple here, and you do it in a situation in which you're not beginning a full rebuild the way the Jets are.
Yeah, this is interesting from a Giant fan standpoint. I'm interested to see what Giant fans think about this upcoming draft because of the 5 and 10 picks that they have right now. But Sean and I were debating this. Not debating, but we were just trying to come to consensus. And I think Giant fans are trying to do that in their own minds right now as we lead into this draft, which is, 10 hours from now. But I feel like at the very least, the Giants need, and Sean and I came to this conclusion of what to call this player, because it's not a specific position. The Giants need a green dot defender. They need a defender who is your leader, who is taking charge, who is in command of everything that's out there. And I'm not necessarily saying that needs to happen in 2026, but you need a player that by year 2 or very least year 3 is wearing that green dot and is the team captain, has become a dominant player. And I think it's either Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs. Now, maybe they go Mansour Delane. He won't be a green dot guy because you can't do that out on the corner. But I feel like they need an impact defender, and I would love to have that happen at 5. Now, you could do it at 10, like take whatever wide receiver. Doesn't even matter. Right. You could take something else at 5 and then go get that defender at 10. But I'd like to take the best defensive player available. It's going to be an impact player at number 5 because, look, if they're going to run a 3-4, you need impact players. You really do. You can't have small linebackers. You got to have big linebackers in 3-4. You got to have athletic linebackers in a 3-4. Or you got to have a safety that is dominant in the box and also in coverage. So to me, I'm thinking Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs, even if taking Caleb Downs, who's a safety in the top 10, is unprecedented. You're not desperate for any position, so you can afford to do it. And you have another first-round pick.
Yeah, I mean, Tiki, the team, and this is the way I look at it, we've talked a lot about streaks, the Yankees win streak, the Mets losing streak. The Giants are on a draft winning streak in the first round. Malik Neighbors, Abdul Carter, Jackson Dart. I think now at this point, you add the quarterback of the defense. You added the franchise quarterback of the offense last year. If you turn around and you hit 5 studs in 3 years in the first round, that's the guts and foundation of your team. And one of those guys I think has to be, I'm viewing it as the franchise quarterback of the defense. That's what I'm looking for tonight.
Now, you've also made very clear, Sean, because I've gotten many text messages about this from Giant fans who want me, like I am some arbitrator of this, to calm you down if the Giants draft Jeremiah Love at 5.
Yes.
That you're going to lose your mind and indirectly, maybe not fairly, run this poor kid out of town before he's ever a New York football Giant.
He's not going to get run out of town.
He will not do
By that guy, he may.
No, because I didn't do that with Saquon either.
Yeah. All right.
There's some, because this, again, the moment the pick is handed in, if Jeremiah Love is the Giants' pick at 5, I'm a Jeremiah Love fan. He's a New York Giant. I hope he goes out there and he breaks every record Tiki Barber set.
I was going to
the
say,
record book.
if they draft Jeremiah Love, in what year does he surpass my rushing record?
Well, Tiki, honestly, if you're using a 5th overall pick on him, I'd say by year 3. No, I will support him. I just don't think for where this team is, what the board probably will look like, that makes the most sense for the Giants.
And I get that. And like I was saying earlier, I'm not one, I've never been one. I was thinking about this earlier today. Like, when as a Jet fan have I been pissed at a pick they made? Now, in retrospect, it's easy to get pissed, like, Kyle Wilson sucks, Vernon Gholston sucks. But when in the moment am I screaming and yelling? And usually it's similar to what you said. It's just, hey, I'd rather this position. Because none of us know if the player is going to be a bust or not. Right. And as much as you may not want Jeremiah Love, if he comes here and becomes an all-time great running back, you will learn to like it. You could ask Gio about it. Gio's a big Viking fan, as many in our audience know. And I remember he didn't want Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
And what happened was, I don't know if he's ever fully accepted it, but obviously when AP became a great player, he loved Adrian Peterson. Like, why would you not? But in the moment, for the very similar reasons, if memory serves correct, you'll have to ask him tonight. Okay. It's another topic you can bring up to him. He didn't want the player. But if the guy turns out to be great, fantastic. But I can see how, if they make that announcement tonight at 5, that they're drafting Jeremiah Love, as much as you'll eventually say, hey, he's on my team, I'm rooting for the best, you're going to be angry in the moment.
Disappointed will be the word.
Is there any person, Tiki Barber, that if the Giants take it 5, your reaction would be, ugh?
Maybe if they take an offensive lineman.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because that'd be kind of cool if they took an offensive lineman.
It would be, obviously. And I could rationalize it after the fact. But so if the Giants, so this is the problem with the Giants having 2 picks, is that you almost have the ability to draft for luxury right now because you have 2, right? You can. We need a wide receiver to match Malik Neighbors, to pair with Malik Neighbors. But you don't really need that. You have some. You did pretty well in free agency with some of these guys that you brought in, Darnell Mooney and Calvin Austin, et cetera. Bo Collins could turn into a good player. We saw him in the preseason.
Count Isaiah Likely as well.
Isaiah Likely, who is a tight end, but he's kind of he's a pass catching tight end. He's not an inline blocking tight end. So there's receiving threats there. So if you take a wide receiver at number 5, it's like, did you really need to do that, or could you have waited to do that? If you take an offensive lineman, it's committing to what I've always said and espoused, but I'm not thinking about right now because I'm obsessed with the defensive green dot guy. Build that ass first.
Yeah.
So if they took an offensive lineman, they'd be building for their future, not just in 2026, but for the next 4 or 5 years. But it would feel like, man, you just missed an opportunity to get your captain of the defense. And that's that. I'd be mad in the moment, and then I'd get over it.
Yeah, I think with the Giants, this is the way I look at it as an IFO. you can't fully judge 5 until you see 10.
That's a good point.
Right, because 40 minutes later, Caleb Downs could still be on the board at 10.
Right. It reminds me of my reaction to the Marcus Semien Brandon Nimmo trade, where I was like, I don't like it at first, but let me see what they do next. And obviously what they did next, I don't really love it. But I think with the Giants tonight, Giant fans, whatever you do at 5, it's almost like, all right, okay, hold on a second.
Right.
Let me see what we do at 10.
It's not like you're done.
Right.
Because at 5, it's a long way to wait till you get to the second round.
Yeah.
And then who knows if they can screw that one up as well.
No
You felt
question.
Like they screwed up the first round one. With 2 in the top 10, you know that there's an opportunity to at least feel better if you didn't like number 5.
We'll hear from the Jet and Giant fans. What do you want tonight, and what would piss you off? Because there are a lot of Jet fans, not like me, who have booed draft picks, who get angry when they don't get what they want. I look at draft night as hey, it's a crapshoot. It's a freaking lottery. I'm going to be hopeful when it ends, but we ain't going to know the results for about 9 months, if not longer. So we'll hear from the Jet and Giant fan early on, 888-808-1019. Met fans, they finally won a game, but it, of course, had to come at a major cost. How concerned should we be about Francisco Lindor? It is time for the Yankees' turning point of the game. Be the first caller, correctly identify, and you'll receive a $100 Wendy's. Friends at Wendy's, eat great even late at Wendy's. It's from our flagship station for New York Yankee baseball, The Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand.
For years in a row, according to U.S. News and World Report. When you choose HSS, you're receiving the best orthopedic care you can get. With locations across the tri-state area, HSS provides specialized care for hips, knees, back, neck, and beyond, including everyday joint pain, fractures, spine care, and more. Most insurance plans are accepted. Choose better, move better. Appointments available at hss.edu.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety. It's also sponsored by Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life.
Texting and driving? Big risk, big consequences. You risk traffic tickets, fines, and if you crash and injure someone, you could even go to prison. Pay attention or pay the price. Brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
As the weather warms up and it's time to actually look like you've got it together, I'm rocking Flag and Anthem. Their short-sleeve Journey shirts, perfect fit, lightweight, along with the Pivot Performance shorts. Total game changer. FlagandAnthem.com, code WFAN25 to get 25% off. Flag and Anthem, premium clothes without the premium price tag.
Today is round 1 of the NFL Draft. Big Blue and Gang Green will be on the clock with futures at stake. Plus, New York heads down to Atlanta to take the court for a pivotal Game 3. A huge night in New York sports, and the FAN crew is getting together to party.
Hey, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs and have some fun.
Boomer, Gio, Jerry, Evan, Tiki, and Morash, Carton, and McMonigal all crash the Fan's rooftop here in Manhattan. And you can check them out streaming live at 7:30 p.m. on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram. From the penthouse at 345 Hudson Square Properties. Sponsored in part by Sloman's. Save on AC today. Spiked Aid. Sports drink flavors spiked. And your home for everything New York sports. WFAN.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch. For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, "I found Nirvana! I win!" They asked me to leave. I guess they don't respect winning. Bet365 does, though. New customers get $200 in bonus bets just for betting $10. Namaste, losers. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Facing lymphoma, leukemia, or myeloma, John Thur Cancer Center at Hackensack and Jersey Shore University Medical Centers offers pioneering life-saving options. Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Donato, head of the state's largest, most experienced CAR T-cell program, a treatment empowering your immune system to fight cancer. For personalized quality care in Hackensack or Neptune from the state's best cancer program, call 833-CANCER-MD.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. Ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier. Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
Basketball playoffs are underway. Trade every game, series, and the championship on Kalshi. You're trading against peers in a live market. As the odds move, you can buy in or out anytime. Download the Kalshi app and use code FAN to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm. From the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me. And the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too. Someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back.
The Fan Focus. It's presented by Chef IQ. Is perfect steak possible? Discover how at chefiq.com. The streak is over, and maybe a new one has begun. The Mets have now won one game in a row after Mark Vientos' go-ahead single in the 8th inning helped give the Mets a 3-2 win. It did come at a cost. Francisco Lindor did leave the game. MRI probably awaiting here. In Boston, the Yankees already won their series over the Limp Sox with a 4-1 win after a dominant 8 innings from Max Fried, setting up Cam Schlittler's glorious return to Fenway Park.
That is why I think the Met fan last night, while thrilled and relieved that they actually won a baseball game, you walk away looking towards the sky saying, baseball gods, why do you hate us? Why Francisco Lindor, who is starting to get hot, who has looked good offensively in this series, who made a key defensive play 2 days ago, how can you take him away from us with the same exact injury that Juan Soto just came back from? And so listening to the tone of Carlos Mendoza's voice, watching Lindor struggled around the bases on that RBI hit, I have to believe, Teak, that we are looking at the same, if not longer, of a wait until we see Lindor that we did Juan Soto.
Yeah, it's interesting because Juan Soto, while it felt like they were being cautious early and then rushing him back late, when you watched him, he didn't look like he had any remnants of a calf
He
injury.
tried to steal a base.
Exactly.
It didn't work.
It didn't work because they've picked up on his game.
Yes,
a little
clearly.
bit. But I feel like Francisco Lindor may just be being cautious. Now, I listened to the Rico on my way in.
Well, you got some weird habits then.
I like the Rico, dude. and you said you were like, what does this mean? You said you were going to ask me, what does this mean?
Yeah.
I
did. I asked. I said, Tiki knows calves better than I do.
Yeah.
What the hell does this mean?
So you wanted to know whether or not him missing spring training would contribute to this.
Yes, but think about this, folks, before Tiki answers it. Lindor didn't have a spring training.
At all,
he
really.
came back and started playing spring games about a week and a half before the season started, and then the season starts, and he's played every day. It's not like the Mets are fishing him off days here or DH days. He's played every day, and so I do think it's fair to wonder, and you would know better than anybody, did not having a spring training potentially contribute to a calf issue?
So I'll explain this from my current athleticism. So I run marathons and half marathons now. Now, imagine for those runners out there, if you hadn't trained at all for 4 months, 5 months, you hadn't put your running shoes on at all, and then you go try to run a half marathon. What's that going to feel like?
It would hurt.
You'd finish it, and you'd be like, man, that was brutal. Now go do it again next week.
Right.
And then do it again the next week. Eventually, your body's going to break down because you didn't prepare yourself. You didn't prepare your muscles for that kind of strain over and over and over and over again. And that's what training camp is for in football. It's what spring training is for in baseball. You just get used to doing it over and over in small increments. Like for you training for a marathon, you start running, 5-mile long run. Then you do an 8-mile long run. Then you do a 12-mile long run. Then you do a 15-mile long run. Eventually you do a 20-mile long run, and then you're ready for the marathon. If you just go run the marathon, your body is not going to respond. And then try to do it again, your body's going to be breaking down. And so I think that's what happened with Francisco Lindor. This is not a result of a freak injury. This is just his body not being prepared for the grinds of a season. And so hopefully this is very minor, and he just felt it a little bit and cautiously slowed down and stopped.
He is going for an MRI today. We will probably get an update later today, probably later this afternoon with Craig and Big Mac. If not, sometime tonight or tomorrow. Right now, if I had to guess, if I had to make a long-term prediction, Lindor gets hurt on a Wednesday, April 22nd. My gut feeling is we will see him return on Friday, May 15th against the New York Yankees. Game 1 of the Subway Series.
Whoa.
So I see him missing a full 3 weeks and a couple of days before he returns. And remember this about Lindor. He's a tough guy. He's played through many injuries over the course of his career. But it's a calf. It's tricky.
Yeah.
And who knows how severe it's going to be. So my prediction is we don't see him until Friday, May 15th.
You're probably, that's about right, because, just the cautious nature that they should take with him. But it didn't look like he was limping like Juan Soto was. He just slowed down.
All right. So you got a little sooner prediction? Maybe no IL stint? Want to get nuts and say this weekend?
No, I think it makes sense to put him on the IL.
Damn it.
So that means you're going to be right, because it's 15 days or whatever.
10 days.
10 days. Yeah, 15 for pitchers. So 10 days.
He could, if they put him on the IL, he could come back in the midst of their next road trip, like May 4th, May 5th in Colorado.
That doesn't make sense, though. So why go out to Colorado? You know what I mean?
Because they need him. That's why.
No, you don't.
Yes, they need him against anybody. I mean, listen, I know the Rockies aren't the greatest team in the world. The Mets need victories. They put themselves in a hole because of this long losing streak.
Yeah.
Now, what I would do...
I say that while the Colorado Rockies have 2 more wins.
Yeah. I mean, right now, the Mets can't take anybody for granted.
Right.
So do you have an official date prediction on when Lindor returns?
I'll mirror yours. I think
Copying me.
I think 3 weeks is right.
Friday, May 15th against the Yankees. What about you, Sean?
May 18th in Washington after the Subway Series.
Wow. Yeah, so we have them all out for 3 weeks. Now, what I would do in the meantime is I would not play Bo Bichette at shortstop. That's what they did last night. They really had no other choice because they don't have a backup shortstop on the roster. This is an opportunity for Ronnie Mauricio. And what I would do, and he had been hot for a couple of days, and it's funny, off-air, this was an off-air conversation. Tiki asked me, Ronnie Mauricio's been hot. What's his natural position? And I said he's a shortstop.
Right.
But he can't play shortstop here.
I feel like I've never seen him play shortstop.
Well, I would give him the next 3 weeks or however much period of time Lindor misses, and I'd say, it's your show, bro. Here's your chance to hit. Here's your chance to perform. Here's your chance to hopefully play some good defense. So I would not get cute. I wouldn't move Bichette to shortstop and play Beatty at third. I know that's an option.
Yeah, well,
they did last night.
Met fans want to keep saying that. Move Bichette to short. He's a natural shortstop, but he wasn't good at shortstop last year.
Yeah, I want him to continue to learn third base.
Yeah.
And I think this is an opportunity for Ronnie Mauricio.
He's been a neutral, if not just slightly above average, third baseman. He was a bad shortstop last year.
Yeah, no, he was. He almost made a great play last night to end the game, but it's not even about that. It's about the fact that it's an opportunity for Ronnie Mauricio, and B, I want Bichette to continue to learn third base.
Yeah, technically he's blocked Mauricio, it feels like, at his natural position. Now he's not.
Yeah, he could pull
and he's hot.
He can do what Luis Angel Acuna did 2 years ago when Lindor got hurt late in the 2024 season. We'll get to some more Mets later, including Juan Soto not talking or caring about his teammates. 888-808-1019, the number. A lot of draft talk because we finally made it. We have arrived at the NFL draft. Anthony is up in Toronto. What's up, Anthony?
Hey, guys. Happy draft day. It's a beautiful day today. So listen, I'm mentally preparing for the Giants to take Jeremiah Love. I don't want to be surprised or upset because I do think that Love's going to be a stud here in New York. But I actually think the Titans are going to take Parnell Tate at number 4, which means there's a chance that both the Ohio State guys are there. So, Tiki, do you think the Giants are willing to gamble and lose out on both those guys for taking Love at 5?
That's a good question. I know, they're enamored with Jeremiah Love, but I almost feel like all that noise around Jeremiah Love means it's not real. Means it's just look here, look over here. You see nothing. There's nothing to see. It's like Jedi mind tricks. We're actually going to take Sonny Styles, and so I think it's worth getting, as Sean and I talked about in the first segment, your defensive stalwart for years to come. That's what I would do if I was the Giants. Getting a running back, the value of running backs has certainly increased over the last couple of years because if you have a really good one, you can see it. It's a difference making piece to some teams. whether that's Baltimore with Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, obviously with the Eagles, Christian McCaffrey with San Francisco, and Jeremiah Love is most likely going to be that no matter where he goes. Bijan Robinson's another one. But did the Giants need it? And it would feel like that luxury pick that I was talking about before.
All I want, and I know why Sean doesn't want it, we come from different perspectives. I want this from an entertainment standpoint, and I want this from a drama standpoint. I want Love to be there at 5. And I am no longer as convinced that he will as maybe I was a month ago. That I think that Sean may be put out of his misery in a good way prior to the Giants going on the clock, because it sounds like it is plausible that the Arizona Cardinals are taking Jeremiah Love.
That's so bizarre to me to even contemplate.
Incredibly bizarre. But if it happens, at least you go into 5, obviously with preferences on who you want, but not the worry of Jeremiah Love. And I feel like that would sap a lot of the drama to me.
Oh, it definitely would. Because now you're not watching Giant fans sweat,
right?
Or because some Giant fans would be excited about it.
Oh, no doubt.
But others would sweat like, "Don't do it, don't do it."
But also,
you better not do it. Don't you dare do it.
And also to the point that you made about, was this all a smokescreen? Mm-hmm. Now, we'll never know the answer if Jeremiah Love is taken at 3 or 4, because they never got the chance to take him. And as we sit here right now, 10 hours before the draft, my gut tells me he's gone. That new gut. That, Sean, you will not have to sweat on the rooftop here at 345 Hudson with Boomer and Craig and Big Mac staring at you. All of us, too. I don't think you're going to have to sweat.
I mean, I'm sweating. He's going to be there, and he's going to be the pick.
I don't know, dude. So if I go back and I'm just looking at Arizona, because I have, off the top of my head, I can't conceptualize the Arizona Cardinals roster. I called one of their games last year, and I just can't even I can't think about who they have. But from an edge rusher D-line standpoint, they have 3 first-round draft picks on their defensive front. 3 going back to 2021. And so they're likely not taking an edge rusher. Then I go look at the offense. They have Trey McBride, who's a stud at tight end. Marvin Harrison Jr., who is a stud as a wide receiver. You don't have a quarterback, but just like the Jets, you're not getting a quarterback in this draft. So Jacoby Brissett is going to be that guy unless he holds out because he wants starter money, which is the latest news coming out of there. And then their running back room is Tyler Algiers, James Conner, Trey Benson, Bam Knight. Like, there's nobody that says, that's my guy.
Yeah, but you know what you do if you're Arizona? Because as much as it doesn't make sense for them to draft a running back, and I've kind of said this about the Jets too, you want to put yourself in a spot that when you do draft your quarterback, even if it's a year from now, that they are so set up for success.
Yeah. That's why you would take the running back.
That's why you would do it.
You guys are thinking about this all wrong.
Why?
I have one promise and one guarantee on draft night. I'm going to give you a little spoiler alert.
Tonight is draft night, by the way.
Yeah. The Arizona Cardinals aren't picking number 3.
Ooh, trade now?
The moment David Bailey or Arvell Reese is handed in by the New York Jets, the Arizona Cardinals, who right now have not one but 2 vacancies on the starting front of their offensive line.
Right.
They are trading with the Kansas City Chiefs tonight at 9. The Chiefs are coming up. They're adding Arvell Reese or David Bailey. They're going to get their edge rusher to add to Spags' defense.
Right.
And the Arizona Cardinals, with all those holes, are going to be picking at 9, going to take the Chiefs' second-round pick, and they're going to load up. And that is what's going to cause the Jeremiah Love fall to the Giants. The Cardinals will not be making that selection at 3
There you go.
tonight.
Write that down. So I've heard 2 predictions from Sean in the last 30 seconds. One was very, snuck in there.
Yeah.
The other one was very proud. His proud pick is, hey, Cardinals are out at 3. They're going to trade back to Kansas City. But the one he snuck in there was he expects the Giants to draft Jeremiah Love tonight.
I do. Can I just say this? Tiki's right about something, about the smoke. It could look anywhere. For John Harbaugh and Dawn Aponte and I guess Joe Shane, this is something where the entire world every other day is like, oh, here's Moe No. Oh, they're out on Styles. Oh, here's Down. So it's kept everybody guessing.
Yeah.
But there's been one common link since the Combine that has never been stiff-armed away, and it's Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
At no point has anything been thrown cold water on it. And I keep going back to just follow the breadcrumbs.
So you really think that's happening then?
I don't want it to happen. I do. I think that...
Are you coping right now? Is that what you're doing?
I'm not coping. I'm just being an honest read of what I think is going to happen in the top 5. I think the Cardinals are going to bail out, and I think it's going to lead to Love being there at 5, and the Giants won't be able to help themselves.
Is it going to be difficult for you? Because a lot of times I experience disappointing sports moments by myself or in a stadium. You're going to be around people that, let's face it, we're guys. Everybody trolls each other.
Yeah.
That's all we do. Bust each other's balls. It's constant. Is it going to be difficult to be around 8 other men who all know, this is going to bother you and they're not just going to let it go? Like, you may become the focus of the Giant pick. It may be all about, and Tiki will protect you because he's a good dude, and he's also going to talk you into why it makes sense. But, I mean, Gio and Craig and Boomer and Big, they can be merciless on you.
Evan, I've made a promise to myself when I woke up this morning, and that is simply, this is a big event tonight. Obviously, tune in on all the socials.
He's hosting it too, by the way. Sean's got the big chair.
Yeah, they turned around and they looked at the 8 hosts there, and they decided who the best quarterback was, and they're starting him, which is me. So that being said,
taking shots at Boomer.
Okay, big.
I think that was more
Craig and Gio too. I'm not going to embarrass myself tonight. So you're not going to get the reaction you're looking for tonight if they take Jeremiah Love. I can promise you that. I'm going to be very professional.
Who do you think will embarrass themselves tonight at our big draft party you can watch on YouTube?
You.
Me?
One.
Why? Because I'm scoring the Met game? That's who I am.
You're going to spill on yourself. You're going to be a slob. I think the other person that's going to embarrass themselves tonight, I think Big Mac embarrasses himself tonight.
Why would Big Mac embarrass
I think
himself?
Big Mac is going to get caught on a couple bad camera moments housing a sandwich or chicken parm where it's just that people are enamored with it.
It was Chris McMonaco.
Are they going to have martinis?
His fat ass.
There will be vodka. There will be tequila. There will be spiked seltzers. Quite the menu. And as I found out last night,
someone to shake a martini for me.
Yes, and as I found out last night, Craig pushed hard for something that might have been missing. We have ice. So we got ice.
Oh, we got the ice.
Yes.
Nice. Let's go to Andrew in Eastchester. Good morning, Andrew.
It's a perfect segue. It's exactly why I called Tiki. As a Giants legend, needs you tonight because I'm worried that the blonde idiot from the morning room, from the morning show, is gonna ruin it for my fellow fat guy Giant fans, Sean and Big Mac. He's gonna be yelling at them about what they're eating, what they're drinking. So I need you. I need you to step up and defend them.
Oh, I got it. Now I can't physically like harm Boomer, but
yeah, he's big.
I can talk big game.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you got to tell that Norwegian knucklehead to just knock it off.
So you're concerned that Boomer is going to fat shame Big Mac and Sean while they're eating and enjoying themselves on draft night. That's his big concern. I mean, he does fat shame a lot. Are you concerned about any fat shaming tonight?
I am already, because Boomer's already started this morning. Boomer likes to sit on this high horse. Like he's not the biggest slob at the station.
I'm a fat
and
moron.
any turn, he can't stop ordering breakfast sandwiches and donuts, which is very nice. He pays for everybody. But Boomer likes to treat it like, oh, everybody else eats at the station. There is not a person here who consumes more calories, especially with the Oreos, than Boomer Esiason. So I'll be quick to point that out tonight as well.
Yes, but he burns it. He uses it.
He does.
His body consumes it.
Yeah. He's a natural Norwegian athlete. I understand. But he's still a slob.
He was making fun of us for being slobs, not you, Tiki. You're the best dressed guy at WFAN, but
Yes,
basically I dress like a child, which is true. Like I can't even.
You don't even debate it.
Why would I argue that?
Hey, how dare Boomer poop shame this morning, too? Like, he just waits till he gets home. God bless his intestines, He's already ticked me off.
I'm
today.
sorry, he poop shamed you? Oh, yeah. So Boomer went to the bathroom while Sean was, doing his business and made comments that Sean was like coughing his lung out while taking care of business.
I was doing my morning aesthetics. I cleaned the body out, front and back.
It's going to be a fun night. Let's go to Jimmy in Warren County. What's up, Jimmy?
What's up, guys? What's going on?
All's well, man.
Yo. All right, Tiki, we got guys not wanting to be New York Giants nowadays.
Yeah.
We have to reestablish our Giants pride. It has to happen on defense.
Right.
I want to go defense both picks, but we have 2 picks here. We cannot come out of here without Caleb Downs. We can't come out of here without him.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
Yeah. I mean, look, he got a little bit of flack at the combine because he ran a slow 40. I think it was like 4.56 or something like that. But guess what I ran at the combine?
What?
4.56.
Wow.
Was I a 4.56 guy? No. In my career?
Hell no.
No. Exactly.
Hell no.
Was there a third number there? Did they get all the decimals?
4.56.
What about a 4.567?
Well, then it would be a 4.57 because you'd round up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were doing there. I missed that one completely.
I actually, as an IFO.
Again, so I don't mind like the knock on him if he's not athletic enough or not fast enough. It's a safety.
Right.
Safeties are, especially a guy like him who plays downhill, but he's also a decent cover guy. He's more instinctual above the neck type player. And so if he's there at 10, you got to take him.
Yeah, I want Caleb Downs if I'm a Giant fan.
Yes.
And I think when we had this discussion prior to getting the 10th pick, I was not in that camp because we went through it, how rare it is to see a safety taking that high.
It just never happens.
It doesn't happen.
Right.
And boy, if you take a safety that high, he better turn into an all-time great one. He better be Ed Reed on steroids. Because you have the second pick. And this is the game changer. And I'm not thinking about what you gave up. Like, you got to ignore the Dexter Lawrence thing. You're not replacing Dexter Lawrence. You can't think about it that way. I got 2 cracks now. And I got to use one of them. And to me, it doesn't matter if it's 5 or 10 anymore. I got to use one of them to get that potential all-time safety. I want that player now. So my view on how aggressive I'd be towards Caleb Downs has completely changed based on the Dexter Lawrence trade. And I agree with our last caller. I'd want to walk away from this draft if I'm a Giant fan with Caleb Downs. And it doesn't matter if it's 5 or 10, honestly.
No.
We could parse it based on who fell and who goes between 6 and 9 before you pick. But I want one of those. I want him at one of those picks.
I think he's the best player in the draft, and I think he's a cornerstone defensive player. Safety be damned. I'm all over it.
Now, I mentioned that the official archivist of Evan and Tiki, Dan, always likes to hold us accountable and find old kind of moments. I mentioned earlier how I'm not one of those Jet fans that bitches and cries at the draft. Like, I don't know what these guys are going to be. So he did point out that exactly 1 year ago, I did tweet out that I was disappointed with the Jets' first-round pick. And I do remember that, and I want to walk you through slightly what the difference is. They ended up drafting Armand Membu, and I didn't hate it. And I remember having this discussion with you.
You just didn't know.
I wanted Tyler Warren. No, I was specific. We used our first-round pick a year earlier on an offensive tackle, which I wanted, and that was against the grain. Most people didn't. They wanted the tight end the year before. I wanted to build that ass first, like you like to say. So I was just more enamored with Warren as the player and what he could do for this offense. But while I was disappointed, I was not screaming and yelling nor crying. I didn't think it was the end of the world. I said, I hope this guy's great. And it just creates kind of new ways to fill out your offense. And now, sitting here a year later, I feel pretty good about the fact they got 2 bookend tackles.
Of course. Because you're set up. You're set up offensively because you have your offensive line cores accounted for.
Yes.
It feels like that emotion from when they first got there is now it's like justified. Like, you can justify drafting those guys because now you don't have to worry about it.
Absolutely. And so from that perspective, like, I was disappointed because we have our preferences, but I was not apoplectic. Apoplectic. I always screw apoplectic. Apoplectic.
There you go.
When they drafted Armand Membu.
Do the P twice.
Apoplectic.
There you go. Now you'll never get it wrong.
That's it. P twice.
P twice.
You just that's the easiest device now to figure it out.
Sounds like my morning.
Wait, didn't I just go? Why do I have this urge again?
Dude, it happens, man. Mark's in Brooklyn. Hey, Mark. Hello, Mark.
Thanks for taking my call.
No
Sorry
problem.
about that. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes.
2 draft questions. I've been waiting for Tiki to get back for these. Tiki, first of all, I guess anybody, do you think the number 10 pick, do you think it's impacted by the fact that we traded for that pick? Meaning, do you think the fact that we traded someone like Dexter Lawrence puts any more pressure to get a high floor guy or a high impact guy? And then
I'll let you hang on. Evan won't clip you here, but I think the fact that it's inside the top 10, that's where the pressure is. Because when you're drafting inside the top 10, you're drafting a guy that better be a perennial Pro Bowler. That at the base, he better be that good. The problem in this draft, and this is what I think some teams are going to fall into, you don't know. These kids, they're not all highly rated. Right, there might not be Pro Bowl caliber players here, but I think the Giants in particular, because of the Sonny Styles, the Caleb Downs, they're probably going to get those guys. You know what I mean? But I don't think you're trying to replace Dex. I think you're trying to just get the best player available.
Sure, yeah. I guess my mindset was just like, if you could get someone like the guard out of Penn State with a higher floor, at least you know, okay, that trade's not going to come back and totally kill us. Whereas someone like Jordan Tyson, that trade could really come back and bite us in the butt. My second question, kind of similar, is do you think having 2 picks in the top 10, looking down the road 5 years from now, because I think it's a relevant conversation with what we dealt with Saquon Barkley not that long ago, do you think you try to draft at least one player of a premium position, knowing you're going to have to, if not set the market, spend a lot in 5 years? Like, for example, it might be difficult to take Caleb Downs at 5 and then a guard at 10, knowing, okay, in 5 years, if both of these things work out, Now we're paying a guard and a safety in 5 years. That could be a lot while we already have Jackson Dart. Do you think maybe that's why Jordan Tyson's raising? Because it's like, all right, if we're going to take a safety or we're going to take a linebacker or we're going to take a running back, we better at least then in 5 years also be paying someone at a premium position,
Mark,
not a guard,
You need to be a capologist somewhere because that's advanced thinking. But he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
It's a conversation we had a couple of days ago about the Jets, about how unenviable I see that position for the Jets next year. Because you're going to draft 3 guys. Who knows where they're going to be? We don't know where the draft picks are specifically going to be. But you're going to have 3 guys that 5 years from or 4 years from now, you're going to be thinking about their 5th-year option. Yeah. And what happens if they're all good? And you want to keep them all, but you can't. And so it's a good problem to have. But I don't think the Giants should think about the future payout for these guys. The beauty of having a quarterback like Jackson Dart, no different than and I'm not comparing these two, but just the situation. The Patrick Mahomes contract with these Chiefs is that once you pay your quarterback, and especially if you do a somewhat long-term deal, he becomes your bank. Like you can keep borrowing against it. As long as you know you want him for the long term, you want him for 10 years, you can keep borrowing against this contract. And so while the Giants in 3 years might say, hey, Jackson, we're going to make you the highest paid quarterback in football. We're going to do this type of deal. We're going to structure it so we have flexibility so that when your two first-round picks from this year come due, if you need get money, you can take it. You know what I mean? Right. And so I don't think you're thinking about that from a Giants standpoint. You're not saying, oh, if we really love this guard, but we don't want to set the market with the guard. And if you believe that he's going to be there, just pay him early. Yeah. Pay him after 3 years. And so there are ways around this so that you should be able to take whoever you want.
Connor Hughes is going to join us coming up at 11:15. Get us set for a big night for the Jets and Giants. We'll get back to your calls coming up at 888-808-1019. When we come back, we'll guess the Yankee turning point and Nolan Mclan's response to the criticisms that he faced yesterday from Ron Darling and others. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free home consultation, shop from home, and local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that's sold over 1 million shirts. And now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer, and this thing is legit, sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant, making it perfect for travel. Just pack it up, and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki for 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Tonight, Pittsburgh will host round 1 of the 2026 NFL Draft, and the Steelers shouldn't hesitate. They should take Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson at 21st overall. The fact that they are still waiting for Aaron Rodgers to make a decision, it's 2026, with Mike McCarthy as the coach, is insane. If you hired McCarthy because you like his ability to develop young quarterbacks, take one in the draft. They should take Simpson. I'm Nick Costos.
The U.S. Treasury quietly released its official financial report for 2025. It appears by its own numbers, the U.S. government seems insolvent. It's reported that the Treasury shows about $6 trillion in assets and over $47 trillion in liabilities. Add it all up, and it looks like the U.S. owes more than $130 trillion it doesn't have. If that were a family, they'd earn $52,000 a year, spend $73,000, and already be more than $1 million underwater. Any accountant would call that insolvent. So how does the government fix this? It can print money, which erodes your purchasing power, it can raise taxes, or it can cut benefits. And none of those can help to protect you. That's why many people who have something to lose move part of their savings into physical gold and silver, assets that can't be printed, defaulted on, or voted away. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD for their complimentary gold and silver guide and a no-pressure conversation. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. Do it before the next headline. not after. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Penalties and interest are piling up every single day. Wage garnishments and bank levies could hit any moment. If you've been avoiding it out of fear, you're not alone. But waiting only shrinks your options and ramps up the stress. The truth is, the IRS settles with taxpayers every day through legitimate programs, and many qualify to reduce what they owe, in some cases by up to 99%. That's why thousands turn to helpwithirsdebt.com. They've guided over 120,000 Americans, resolved more than $2.3 billion in tax debt, and back every case with their ironclad resolution guarantee. If there's no real path forward, you get a full refund, no fine print. They even randomly select one qualifying client each year and pay off their entire IRS balance. Terms apply. Don't let another day pass. Go to helpwithirsdebt.com right now. It's fast, easy, and confidential. Find out what's possible today. Helpwithirsdebt.com. Once again, that's helpwithirsdebt.com.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
As the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026, Bank of America knows how much hard work it takes to achieve a dream. So when it comes to owning a home, we're here to help. Get guidance and resources to buy a home you love, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Experience Mets baseball with friends, family, or coworkers in a Citi Field group hospitality space. Catch all the action with your crew while enjoying unbeatable views with great food and drinks. Start planning your group outing now at Mets.com/groups.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
Penalty kick.
out of the park!
From way downtown for a
Beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go teams!
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature-Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature-Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle. based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
And Doug.
There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means playing in a football game.
Boom! 42! You're going down, Doug!
Oh, yeah? Your price on car insurance when you customize and save is going down.
Hey!
Limu? What are you doing on their team? Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The Mega Millions jackpot is now $150 million. If you win, that's enough money to buy a flat screen TV for every room of your new mansion. Stop by a New Jersey lottery retailer to get your ticket today.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
We're going to give you a chance to win Usher tickets coming up, plus Connor Hughes in about 10 minutes. Get us all prepared and ready for the NFL draft tonight. Your phone calls throughout the show will get you ready for Knicks Hawks as well. So it's an incredibly busy day. Plus, we'll analyze Juan Soto's comments prior to the game last night about really not giving a crap about his teammates. We'll get to that a little bit later on. But last night, the Yankees took care of business again against the Boston Red Sox. They won 4-1. I'm going to guess the turning point is a little out of the box. Because I think that there are, the obvious answer is Ahmed Rosario's 3-run home run.
Yep.
But Max Fried put 2 on and nobody out. Second and third, nobody out. I think it was in the second inning, if memory serves correct. And he struck out the next 3 hitters to get out of it. And in an odd way, I think that was the turning point, even though they had already taken a 3-0 lead. So I know that Emmanuel Barbario does an amazing job with the post-game showing as the ultimate decider on turning points. I know that he's done this before where he's taken a few plays and mashed it together.
Yep.
So I'm going to predict Max Fried striking out the side after putting 2 on and nobody out in the second inning.
Yeah, I'm going to go top of the first. Ahmed Rosario crushing.
Tiki going chalk. Let's get the answer.
Here's the pitch to Rosario. Oh, swing on and hit hard to left field and deep. It's up and gone. Ahmed Rosario, a 3-run homer. It's 3-0 New York here in the first inning for Rosario. Home run number 4. RBIs 10, 11, and 12.
Good job by you. Good job by Ahmed Rosario. And a terrible job by the Boston Red Sox. Not because they suck, because that's not our problem.
Right.
And the Yankees are reminding them who their daddies are, so good job by the Yankees. You know what? Bad job by the Red Sox. And this is possibly like a huge story today in Boston.
Yeah.
I know they got a lot on their table right now.
Is this the chanting of the Let's Go Yankees at the end of the game?
No, that happens. Yankee fans show up to Boston. That happens. Embarrassing, but it happens. It's something else that happened at Fenway Park yesterday.
What happened?
If this happened at Yankee Stadium, we would be calling for Hal to sell the team. That's how bad this is. Now, don't worry, Hal, you haven't done this. So we're not calling for you to sell the team. In the Red Sox team store, they were selling Yankees gear, including a banner that says 27-time world champion New York Yankees. Pictures were supplied by the Section 10 podcast as well as others.
Yep.
That this was going on last night at Fenway, and that is embarrassing.
The Yankees are guilty of this already.
What?
Right.
Well, they did Ohtani.
No,
and we got into
they
that.
did the Red Sox.
No,
when I was
they
in the building.
No, they didn't.
The first year of the new stadium, and they got killed for it.
Are you serious?
I was there, the first Yankee-Red Sox game at the new stadium.
And that was it? They got rid of it after that?
That series, they sold rivalry hats with both, and then separate Red Sox and Yankee hats, and it was like they were trying to do that for all teams coming in. It really got noticed when the Red Sox came in. They had done it for a bunch of the others. It was supposed to be like a travel thing.
Gotcha.
They got crossed for it, and they haven't done it since.
All right, I'm going to give the Yankees not a free pass, but it's been 17 years, so it'd be very tough to scream about this now. All I know is the Red Sox are doing it now, and it's just another sign that they're a non-serious organization.
I think they did it this week for this series.
To make money off Yankee fans?
You know why?
To make money off Yankee fans.
Don't forget on Monday.
Yeah.
It was the Boston Marathon.
Yes, it was.
There were probably a lot of New Yorkers who ran in the Boston Marathon and stayed and went to the Yankees game.
So they're taking advantage of Yankee fans.
They're just taking advantage of the sell opportunity that there are New Yorkers that are going to stay and go to these games and make money off of it. So they're making money off Yankee fans.
Okay, but here's...
And as a corporation that cares about making money, obviously as well as winning as well, even though they're not winning here in New York, and they're not even winning in London because Liverpool stinks this year. But still, it's one of those business decisions
Okay. All right.
that fans might not understand. But as from a business standpoint, I can't argue.
Okay, well, I'm going to counter it with a business standpoint locally. I'll make it more kind of understandable even here.
Mm-hmm.
The New York Knicks run this town. Is that what we always hear?
Yes.
They've got a lot of fans, and they do. I never argue that.
Mm-hmm.
They got more fans than the Nets. Like, routinely, you'll hear hosts on this radio station say, hey, it's a one-team town. We all rally together around the Knicks. They don't even acknowledge the existence of the Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
And I've accepted that. Like, it sucks. It is what it is. Do you think the Brooklyn Nets have ever sold Knicks gear inside their team store?
No.
Exactly. And they could make a fortune off of it.
The Nets aren't on the level.
What does that mean?
It's not the rivalry.
But you're arguing the other side. Like, you could make money. You just gave me this whole speech about business and making money when Barclays Center is filled with 85% Knicks fans.
We want all New York teams to do well other than the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, thank you, Craig.
If you're going
Why wouldn't they do that? And they don't, because they have some pride in themselves as opposed to the Boston Red Sox, who are an unserious loser organization.
Or they go to Dick's across the street.
Well, there is no Dick's across the street. They shut it down.
Whatever it is.
It used to be a Modell's. It's now a basketball training facility for kids.
Oh, yeah.
But no, you're being a hypocrite. You're being a hypocrite.
If you're in New York, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but they don't do it, is my point.
You could Amazon it to your hotel room or to your house.
You can do the same thing with Yankee gear. It's just you don't put the rival stuff in your store.
Yeah, it's different. If you gave me
How is it different?
If you gave me some other rival to the Knicks, Boston.
Okay, they're not putting Knick gear in the Celtics store. They're not
we
putting.
know this?
Well, if they did, it'd be embarrassing.
Okay.
I don't think the reason I didn't bring that up and I brought up something I know is because I know. Like, I know because I'm in the team
But it's
store
the
to say
same
they.
city.
Yeah, but that would make it even more explainable. I think you're arguing the wrong point. My answer is actually making it why you would understand why a New York team would do it, because it's easier to make money. You brought up the whole business thing. So why wouldn't they do it? And they don't do it because they have some pride in themselves.
Because you're
Red
not,
Sox have
you're
no
not
pride.
accidentally going to a Nets game if you're a Knicks fan.
Yeah, it's 80% Knicks fans, bro. What are you talking about?
So you already knew you were going. You already have your stuff.
You just said that the Red Sox were taking advantage of New Yorkers who happen to be in town.
Who might not have brought Yankee gear.
Why wouldn't you want to line your pockets with opposing teams' money and go, now we get to go spend it on our players?
No, Sean, I get that point. I am just arguing that Tiki doesn't see it with our teams not doing it.
You're missing it. You're missing my perspective on this, because it's just my perspective. If I'm a New York Knicks fan going to a Brooklyn Nets game, I'm leaving my house with my gear on and going across the river.
If you go to Boston to run in the marathon and then catch a Yankee Red Sox game, you're packing your Yankee hat.
I don't want to.
I
don't want to take a bag. I'm taking my carry-on.
You're doing
I have
gymnastics.
I'm not. I'm
Yes,
just telling
you
you
are.
the reality of it.
No, you're not.
You're not leaving your house and going to the game. You're on the road already.
And what about the non-New Yorker, non-Boston person that ran in the marathon that was there this week and was like, yeah, I could get a Yankee hat at this game?
See, that one I buy a lot more, that the Yankees are like this universal logo that they can take advantage of anyone buying.
That's honestly probably more it.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
more
money
of an I
lines-
buy that one.
Yeah, the money lines the Red Sox pockets.
Yeah.
I think it's actually smart.
It does line their pockets, and I totally get like, oh, we're using their money to spend on players. It's just, there's something dirty about it. And at the end of the day, we're not going to care about it. I know the people in Boston are very upset, and they're bothered with their organization for doing it. Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Dave Portnoy is demanding John Henry, leave the country, which he'd gladly do because he'll just watch his soccer team.
They should.
I meant sell the team. I think he's selling sell the team shirts, and it's only propelled by this. So, yes, the people of Boston.
Trying to sell Liverpool?
No, they only care about the Red Sox.
Oh,
Red Sox. They only care about the Red
Did you
Sox.
see the Carabas tweet about tonight?
About what?
About Cam Schlittler tonight. Nothing they can do about it. He said the Red Sox are going to have a colonoscopy in front of their fans tonight, and there's nothing we can do about it.
I don't know what that means.
Basically means it's going to be painful as Cam Schlittler comes in there. Like, they can't stop this tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, the Red Sox, and we don't
By the
care
way,
about.
I had a colonoscopy. It's not painful.
You're right. I did too. It wasn't. Very sleepy.
Tell Jarrett to clean up his analogies.
Yes.
I think that right now, and we don't care about it, but it was probably obvious 2 nights ago with Luis Gil. Luis Gil didn't look that good, but the Red Sox look that bad.
Yeah.
And it's not our problem, but that's the truth. And so I think when you've got this limp D offense known as the Boston Red Sox, and they are limp, and you have this dominant, young, strapping figure like Cam Schlittler, it feels like you go in tonight thinking he may throw a perfect game. And you don't have that thought very often.
Yeah.
So I understand the Red Sox perspective. Now, the most that's baseball moment would be that they pound Cam Schlittler.
Right.
But based on the evidence of the Red Sox offense and how good Cam Schlittler is, there's almost this feeling of, oh, my God, he's going to throw a no-hitter.
Yeah, especially because Max Fried almost threw a complete game last night. And in the eighth inning, he finished with 100 pitches, but going into the eighth inning, it was like, dude, he's got 82 pitches.
It was easy for him.
It was easy.
And I thought the more obvious one was the night before with Heel because he just didn't look that good.
Yeah.
But it was certain nights you say that pitcher was dominant. There's nothing you could do.
Like
and
last night with Fried.
Yes. And then there are other nights where you're like, boy, that offense just sucks.
Well, Heel looked good until the seventh. And then he comes out in the seventh, and that's when he got in a little bit of trouble.
Before that, he wasn't getting a lot of swing and misses.
True,
it wasn't,
but he was fine.
No, I'm not ripping him. Give him a statue. Great.
Right. No, not at all.
I just think it was more the Red Sox are an inept mess.
Right. It wasn't Heel. It was the Red Sox.
And look, if this is Yankees Royals, and I'm saying that, you'd probably say, "Shut up, Evans. Screw the Royals. I don't care that they're inept." As a Yankee fan, you get joy in the fact that the Red Sox are inept. There's added joy to this series that not only have you beaten them twice, but they look like they're lost.
Right.
Let's go to Harvey in Dix Hills. What's up, Harvey?
Hi, how are you all?
All's well, Harvey.
Good.
Pretty good. The Giants have 5 and 10, and which means that, and I'm probably the only one with this opinion. I stick to it. I've stuck to it. Is that they have a chance to get one of the top 3 offensive linemen, 2 tackles in the guard. I can't tell you which one. Some people say the Penn State guy, the Utah guy, the Miami guy, and a wide receiver, and they say that Tate is the best receiver.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Jackson Dart is the most important player on that team, and those teams now in quarterback purgatory, if I might add. Just remember last year, the Giants got lucky with Jackson Dart. They were able to trade back into the first round, and Abdul Carter was supposed to be the biggest defensive star of the draft. So it's almost impossible to figure out exactly how they're going to turn out. So if you need a quarterback, in my opinion, you go after your quarterback if you can. There are 5, potential quarterbacks in this draft.
Well, it changes everything when you find it, because think about our perception of this Giant draft, knowing, hey, we're good at quarterback.
Right.
It's just it's the biggest game changer in all sports. We know that. Joining us right now, guy does a great job covering the Giants and Jets for SNY. You could check out the SNY Draft Show coming up at 5:30 p.m. today on SNY, and then a recap coming up at midnight. And that, of course, is Connor Hughes. Connor, thank you very much for carving out a few minutes on this very busy and exciting draft day. How we doing today, man?
Yeah. Good and ready. Long day, man. I got the giant cup of coffee here in the car. I'm ready, man.
Nice.
This is the fun part. Craziness, but fun.
Yes. Let me start with the Jet decision, because it's simple. The Giant one, there's a lot of complications. Could go this way, could go that way. It does seem like we're down to 2 guys in David Bailey and Arvell Reese. Where do you stand? Here we are 9 hours before the moment of decision on where they're going to go at number 2.
All right. So I've said this a couple times, like with people that have asked me this, and I've learned it throughout my career, is that going to a team and asking the team, no matter how close you are with them, no matter how good of a relationship you have, they're either never going to tell you what they are going to do, or they are not going to tell you the truth. And I don't blame them or fault them for that at all, because it's the draft, man. They don't want to leak anything. Right. I totally understand it. I get that. So the benefit of doing this job, as long as you do it, and the more people you get to know, your spider web grows. So, the coaches that you get to know, they leave, they go elsewhere. The scouts, the agents, and you create a little spider web of people you can go to. And while teams hate talking about themselves, they have no problem talking about everybody else. The coaches and the executives and the scouting people and the general managers that I have talked to have continued to tell me that it's going to be Reese. And the reasoning for it, when they get down into the nitty-gritty football sense of it all, is that when they really go into the weeds, is that they already have a player very similar to Reese, a player very similar to Bailey and Will McDonald, a pass-rushing specialist who can't really play the run. The basis for a lot of people saying, and they might still end up going Bailey. Again, these are not Jets sources telling me this. They might still end up going Bailey, but they already have somebody like that. And if you're going to put forth a defense, can you really draft somebody second overall to pair with the guy who you're about to pick up the 5th-year option on in Will McDonald, when in all likelihood those 2 players, because of their inefficiencies against the run, cannot play on first and second down together? Can you really do that? And then I understand the criticisms of Reese is that he's not this fine-tuned, super polished pass rusher yet. Totally get that. But as has been reported now over the last couple of days, the Jets have a plan in place to use Reese because aside from also needing a pass rusher, they need help stopping the run. They need help at linebacker. They need a chess piece difference maker on this field who can impact the game at all levels, and that is Reese. Maybe in 2 or 3 years, he's a Micah Parsons level pass rusher,
Right.
but he's not going to be this inept person on the field who's doing a disservice to everyone around him. He's still going to be a damn good football player the moment he fits in there. He's just going to continue to improve as a rusher.
And Connor, I got to tell you, just watching him on tape a little bit, they didn't put him in position to be an edge rushing linebacker. He's more an off-ball linebacker or a quarterback spy, which I think in this division, especially with the Josh Allens of the world, it matters. And so I think the diversity in what Arvell Reese can bring, despite not being as good a pass rusher as Bailey, it's probably more what the Jets need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I hope, again, and if you look at the justification to go the Bailey route, a lot of it is centered around, and I had actually somebody pointed to me this way yesterday, believe it or not, when I was talking to him. A lot of the basis for why Bailey is a better pick than Reese is not football reasons. It's not the player and the player. It's that Bailey is at this point right now a more polished player than Reese is, which makes sense. He's older. He's going to be drafted to play the position that he's played the last several years in college. He is a pass rusher. And don't get me wrong, every single person that I talked to said, and it is 24 people across the league, have said that this guy is the best pass rusher in the class.
Right.
But the basis for why the Jets should take him is that, Aaron Glenn's job is on the line and Darren Mucci's job is on the line, so they need the player that's just going to contribute right away. Dude, is a pass rusher a win-now player? Is that a thing? I don't think so. So I just don't think either that Glenn and Mucci are thinking about it that way, especially when you look to Evan and Tiki about how this offseason has operated, trading for the 2027 picks, kicking the quarterback down the line until next year. They're not operating at any moment this offseason as if they are coaching or general managering for their jobs this year.
Right.
They seem like, and they are going through the motions like they have a longer leash than some people believe they do.
What should we make, if anything, out of the non-Bailey visit, the one that got canceled?
Yeah. So let me answer this 2 ways. I was just texting Sean about this too, because it's a funny story that just hit me yesterday as a good analogy to let you guys know about these visits. So the Jets' perspective is we have every I dotted and every T crossed on Bailey. We know what we're doing at number 2. There's no reason to bring him in. We're good. We know we have our evaluation set. We know what we want to do. We're not taking Bailey. Not taking Bailey. We don't need to bring him in for a visit. We don't need to. We've got everything checked. The take from every single other person that I talk to around the league is that is noteworthy. That is noteworthy. Maybe it is true. Maybe they know what they're doing and they're moving forward and it's fine. What I can't grasp myself, and it's been validated and confirmed by the people that I talk to, is that why, if you're investing the number 2 pick in the NFL draft, and you're about to pay this guy a boatload of money on a guaranteed contract, and you are believing that he is going to be a mainstay fixture on your defensive line for the next 12 to 15 years, would you not want to expose him to every single thing that you can possibly expose him to, and also expose yourself to everything that you can do with this guy? And there was a story a few years ago, and it was, I remember a couple of people that I know within the Jets were telling me this. They had a player that they were high on, that they were considering drafting with one of their selections, in one of these drafts. I'm not going to get into the player because I don't want to badmouth the guy, but they were committed or not committed, but they were absolutely considering drafting this person very high in the first round of the NFL draft. So they brought him in for the 30 visit. And say the visit's on a Saturday, this player's flying in on Friday, so they're going to take him out to dinner. They take this player out to dinner, and throughout the whole dinner, he's acting he's tired, he's a little jet lagged, it's just not right. He's not feeling it. So the coach says to him, look, we don't have to do this right now. We understand it was a long flight for you. Why don't we take you back to your hotel? Just go to sleep. We'll do the whole visit tomorrow. It's all good. Don't worry about this. Player goes, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Drive him back to the hotel, drop him off, he goes upstairs. Guys, there's security at all of these hotels the players are at, right?
Yeah.
So 30 to 45 minutes after the player goes up into his hotel room, He comes right back down in a brand new outfit, catches an Uber into the city to go party. So they figured, it's like, okay, guess what? That player was no longer in any way, shape, or form considered to be drafted by this team in the first round. Did they like him going into the visit? Absolutely. Did they like him during the pre-draft process based off film? Absolutely. But there are things that you can figure out about a guy. Does he show up late? Is he nice to the people here? Does he treat this guy with respect? How does he treat your kitchen staff? Does he say hi to every single person when you're walking through the lobby? What kind of questions is he asking about where this guy works, what this guy does, what's his job? There's just a wealth of information you can gather where it's like, why not? Why not do it? And again, it could be much ado about nothing, but most of the people that I talk to circle that and go that's a little, it's something's a little off.
Yeah,
something's a little off.
Well, Connor, you know who this player is. Did he turn out to be a good NFL player?
He's an okay player.
All right,
he's an okay player. He's not.
Good. It wasn't worth it. Good. Then good.
Yeah,
they made the right choice.
Not a Pro Bowl player.
They made the right choice. So let's go to 16 with the Jets. Who knows what they're going to do because it's so late in the draft. So many things could happen in front of them. But is there any chance they're taking Ty Simpson?
I would be very surprised.
Right.
That is one that I would be. Yeah, no, I don't think so. And this is from having very candid conversations with also people in the Jets building about Ty Simpson and just getting to know him as a prospect and also just evaluating everything the Jets have said. I don't rule out New York taking a quarterback in this year's draft. I actually think they will. I don't know if it'll be Carson Beck or Drew Aller or something like that, but I think they'll take somebody on day 3. But 16 for Ty Simpson, no. I do think that if he gets out of the first round. And we actually did this on the show I do with Zach Rosenblatt, Jets Final Drive. We did a beat writer mock draft and brought everybody, reporters from every team in to make picks.
Yeah,
I made it to the end. He didn't go in the first round. He got drafted. He was there in the second round.
Right.
If that happens, do the Jets think about it at 33? Do they think about coming up to 27, 28, 29 to grab him there? Maybe, but no, I'd be very surprised if he's the pick at 16.
Do you expect them to use their pick at 16, whether it's trading up or even trading back?
I think from my understanding, and this is from talking to teams selecting in front of them, there have been preliminary exploratory conversations from the Jets about moving up to the NFL draft. I think they originally thought that some combination of be it Jordan Tyson or Carnell Tate or something like that was going to fall to them naturally at 16. It doesn't look like that's the case anymore. Obviously, Tyson is viewed very highly by the Giants. I don't know if he's pick 5, could be, but I don't know about that. But certainly they would love him at number 10. Tyson and Tate as well. I've heard really good things about him or about those two players tied to the Washington Commanders and also the New Orleans Saints. So it seems very, very unlikely that those two guys are there at 16. But they could be there at 9. And if you're the Kansas City Chiefs and say there's 3 or 4 offensive linemen you really like, are you willing to go down a little bit and believe that you're going to get one of those guys at 16? I think that's possible. So I think it's probably more likely right now that the Jets go up than they are to go down just because I can see the path for why they'd want to go up. And I don't necessarily see why they would want to go down. I don't see the teams wanting to come up to 16 or what the teams would be coming up for.
Right. So let's flip over to the Giants. 2 top 10 picks it's really compelling because you're going to get 2 really good players, assuming you pick the right guys, which is obviously a big assumption. But you talk about movement. The Giants could move. Right, there could be.
Oh yeah,
I think both picks are potential to move. What are you hearing about the Giants? Because they're not desperate for I think anybody. So what are the chances the Giants move their picks?
So what I've heard about the Giants is that they love Jeremiah. I've said this 1,000 times. I keep thinking of ways to catch myself to not say it, and I can't do it. So They love Jeremiah Love. That is the thing. That's real. I think he is the pick for the Giants if he's there at 5. If Jeremiah Love goes 3 to the Arizona Cardinals and David Bailey and Arbel Reese go some combination of 2 and 4 to the Jets and the Titans, I think the pick is going to be Caleb Downs. If there is a world where Reese or Bailey fall to the Giants at number 5, I know that they are going to be doing heel clicks down the hallway of that facility, John Harbaugh and Joe Shane, and probably Donna Ponte too, throw her as the the Wizard of Oz skipping down the yellow brick road because of the number of teams that are going to want to be coming up to make a trade. And that is something I think the Giants would absolutely not only explore, but they would want to do, is to go down from 5 for a team trying to come up for Bailey or Reese. So that would be something I'd keep an eye on there.
Wow. Jeremiah Love. Now, where do you stand on them doing this? Because a lot of Giant fans are still suffering from SBSD from the Barkley decision and everything around it. Do you think that this would be the right pick for the Giants if Jeremiah Love is there at 5?
Only because of the victory lap that Ryan Dunleavy will take on social media over them drafting a running back, I would say no. Like, if you actually look at the football sense of this thing, I would say it does. And you're taking Joe Shane at his word, but their opinion on this is that they're in a far different situation now than they were when they took or they decided not to pay Saquon Barkley. They have an offensive line that's been the best that they've had in probably a decade or so. They have the number one receiver in Malik Neighbors. They have the defense that they believe is going to be a lot better now with Denard Wilson. But most importantly, they have a quarterback on a rookie quarterback contract that they don't have to worry about paying for a couple of years. So they think that while it's a non-premium position and while they're coming off back-to-back seasons where they did not win a lot of games, the roster is in a position offensively and defensively to some extent where they can take that player now and maximize his value over the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, one of the things we've also been talking about is a potential offensive lineman. I've said this for years: build the ass first, right? Start with the interior. It sets you up not just for only if you hit, obviously. And all these, conversations are about if you hit when you draft these guys. But let's say you do. It sets you up for many years to come because you have some good pieces already. What are the chances the Giants take a guard or take a tackle in the top 10?
I think at 10 it's very possible. I would say that if Tyson is gone and Tate's gone, I think ideally the Giants would like to come out of this with a defender and then a playmaker for Dart. I think that is their ideal situation, whether that's Jeremiah Love or if that's a Tyson or I've had some people poo-poo the idea of Tate to the Giants, and then I've had more recent conversations that make me think that maybe Tate's a bit more possible than I was originally led to believe. But I think ideally they would like to come away with a defender and a playmaker. However, if Tate's gone, say they go 8-9, or they go 7-8, or say the Jets do come up from 16 to draft one, I think guard would be the next option. Because again, we can argue about you need to help Dart, you need to help Dart. Yeah, and if Malik Neighbors is uncertain for week 1, they need receiver help. But also building that line in front of him where they can just maul people and run for a ton of yards with Scadaboo and Tracy, and if they were to add Love, and also protect Dart so he doesn't take many hits or have happen to him what happened to him against the Vikings. Like really have that offensive line look really good and fortify it and solidify it with a guard. Yeah, I think Vega, the kid from Penn State's absolutely in the mix there at 10. That would be a name I would keep an eye on.
All right, last one. I want to do a quick post-mortem on the Dexter Lawrence thing. Dexter Lawrence gets traded. He goes to Cincinnati, gets a 1-year extension, so I guess he feels good about himself. It was almost a good riddance thing. He became the villain, mainly because of his play last season, but also because how he handled this demand for a trade. But there were some players, including Brian Burns, really the defensive leader over there, who wanted him back. Are you getting any noise or whispers coming from the Giants about the Dexter Lawrence trade from a locker room perspective?
Yeah, I'm sure they're not happy. I mean, guys love Dex. They did. And everybody on defense, even though he had the career lows and half a sack and the career lows in quarterback hits a year ago, there were many sacks that Brian Burns had or that Kayvon Thibodeau had or the pressures that Abdul Carter had because Dexter Lawrence is eating up 2 or 3 bodies. So aside from him being somebody that they like as a person within the locker room, somebody fun, somebody respected, a team captain, he also makes their jobs a lot easier on the field. So they're not happy about it, but they also won't be the first players that were unhappy about a transaction that happens because of a business decision. And that you hit the nail on the head, Tiki. Like, the Giants had the offer for the number 10 pick in the draft on the table for, I was told, roughly 2 weeks. Now, I think it's been, it was a week and a half, it was a week. The terminology that was exact for me from a Giants source was roughly 2 weeks was when they had the number 10 pick in the draft on the table for. They didn't immediately accept it because they were still hoping they could figure something out with Dexter. Now, they weren't willing to give him a brand new contract like a whole, here's $30 million a year, but they were willing to work with him to come to terms on something that worked for team and player. And it became very clear as the Giants made several offers to Dexter Lawrence, including one that I was told was near the $28 million. That it was 1 year, $28 million, but that's like the APY. It was near, right around that $28 million per year average. They made that offer to him, and every single offer that they made to Lawrence and his representatives, I was told from the Giants, they were just said, no. There was no counters. There was no, let's do it. There was no negotiation.
He didn't want to be here.
So,
he didn't want to be here.
Correct. Exactly. It became clear that Dexter just wanted a new start. That number 10 pick was still on the table. So the Giants said, you know what? We really like our core. This is a chance to add even more to it. Let's do the deal.
Yeah. Clearly didn't want to be here. You guys are right about that. Connor, enjoy the evening. Get that coffee ready. We'll all be watching tonight, SNY 5:30, and then the recap at midnight. We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, Connor.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me.
Connor Hughes, Jets, Giants, what are they going to do? We'll get back to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. And yesterday we discussed a little bit about Ron Darling's critical comments of Nolan Mlan saying, my bad, to a pitch inside to Byron Buxton. Nolan Mlan has responded. And we appreciate Connor Hughes. He was in our window seat today. And, of course, the window seat is brought to you by Windorama. Save up to 30% on new windows and doors.
Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever. During the Spring Refresh Sale, save up to 30% on your window and door project. Plus, take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation. Shop from home and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
As the weather finally starts to turn, golf season's back, the grill's firing up, and it's time to actually look like you've got it together. That's why many rock Flag and Anthem. That's why I do. It makes me look presentable. Their short-sleeve Journey shirts fit perfect. They're lightweight and super comfortable, whether you're out on the course or just out for the day. And the Pivot Performance shorts, total game changers. Stretch, breathable, and versatile enough for 18 holes or a night out in town. Look good, feel good. It's that simple. Head to flagandanthem.com and use the promo code WFAN25 to get 25% off today. Flag and Anthem. Premium clothes without the premium price tag.
Yeah. Call now and be caller number 7 at 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326 for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Usher and Chris Brown at MetLife Stadium August 7th. From our friends at Live Nation, tickets go on sale Monday, April 27th at 12 p.m. at livenation.com. Tune in tomorrow to The Carton Show at 3 p.m. for another chance to win. And this portion of the program is sponsored by Bet365. It's also sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you balance of style, advanced technology, and craftsmanship in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Get more with the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5. The smart choice. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch. For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Guys, let's keep it simple. There are two things you probably should be doing: taking care of your health and doing something that actually makes an impact. Here's a way to do both. California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month and get free health and genetic screenings along the way. So yeah, you're getting paid to get checked out, and you're helping families who need it. Efficient, smart, done. Check out spermbank.com to learn more. Apply and see if you qualify.
MSC Cruises feel so stylish and European. Let's espresso and gelato.
Espresso and gelato? Those aren't verbs.
Yeah, on MSC Cruises they are.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm into the American stuff. Let's coffee and soft serve.
Sounds like a plan. Maybe later we can chaise lounge and espadrille?
I think you mean pool chair and flip-flop.
For a limited time, get up to 30% off cruises, plus kids sail free.
To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
I'm Tyler Kolek, and I got my Lincoln right here at Lincoln of Queens. Smooth ride, no hassle. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. It's the Lincoln Spring Sales Event, where you can lease a Lincoln Corsair for only $396 a month.
36-month lease requires 4820 due at signing. Excludes tax, title, and MV fees. See dealer for details. Expires April 30th.
Lincoln of Queens, where Queens goes. Go New York, go New York, go.
Calling all hoops fans. Ready for the NBA playoffs? Get in on the action throughout basketball's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shots during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night of the playoffs. Don't miss a single highlight or buzzer-beating shot by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. Make your bets and experience the thrill of the NBA playoffs like never before. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dell PCs with Intel inside are built for the moments you plan, and the ones you don't. For the time you forgot your charger at the gate,
Passengers, we are now on our initial ascent.
or when you're bouncing between projects like a ping pong ball. We build PCs with long-lasting battery life, so you're not scrambling for an outlet. And built-in intelligence, so you can stay focused on whatever you're doing. Dell Technologies, built for you. Dell.com/Dell PCs.
In digital advertising, everyone talks about clicks, but clicks don't pay the bills. Sales do. Outcomes from Viant is a new way to advertise that prioritizes your bottom line. Our AI-driven technology looks past the noise to find the customers most likely to buy your product. It's smarter, faster, and designed for real-world results. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. I've spent years on the field learning what really matters most: reliability, consistency, and trust. That's why I love Red Pocket Mobile. You choose from 3 major 5G networks, plans start at just $10 a month and stay there. Plus real customer care answers in under 2 minutes. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
If your business needs a van, step up to a Mercedes-Benz van from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Choose from cargo, crew, and passenger models, each designed to handle whatever your workday demands. From refrigeration to construction deliveries to service calls, a Sprinter van can be customized to fit your exact needs. For every job, every trade, there's a Sprinter that helps you stay organized, work smarter, and save time. And at Mercedes-Benz of Edison, you'll get the expertise to find and upfit the right van for your business. Visit RayCatinaEdison.com.
Are you sick and tired of paying high prices for Continental tires? Then get to Town Fair Tire for the lowest price you'll find anywhere. Yes, the guaranteed lowest price on every Continental tire. Plus, at Town Fair, you get free services for life. Think about it. Why look anywhere else for Continental tires when Town Fair gives you the guaranteed lowest price plus free services for life? Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Basketball playoffs are underway. Trade every game, series, and the championship on Kalshi. You're trading against peers in a live market. As the odds move, you can buy in or out anytime. Download the Kalshi app and use code FAN to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
866-323-7529. 250 Pele, Saddlebrook. Diana Magala, licensed in New York and New Jersey. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
This Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Cooking easy is 1, 2, 3. Discover how at chefiq.com. Around the postseason with the non-locals last night, the Thunder took a 2-0 series lead after blasting the Suns 120-107. How about the Pistons evening their series with the Magic with an old-school 98-83 playoff win? On the ice, the Stars took a 2-1 series lead after Wyatt Johnson scored in double overtime to top the Wild. Flyers all over the Penguins. They now have a 3-0 series lead. The Ducks beat the Oilers to even their series at a game apiece. And this Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Yankees win, Mets win. They're both back in action tonight. Obviously, the NFL draft. And we will discuss Knicks Hawks a little bit later on. Coming up at noon, our reaction to Juan Soto saying, I never talked to any of my teammates while I was hurt. But the other day, you and I had a little bit of a debate around something Ron Darling said about Nolan Mlan, that it looked like Nolan Mlan had said, my bad, to Byron Buxton, who he then referred to in the postgame as Bucks, on a pitch that was up and in.
They did play together at the WBC.
They were teammates. And Ron Darling made a very valid point that you can't do that. Like, you're almost giving something away if you're saying my bad to a hitter because you came up and in. Well, yesterday on the Met broadcast, Steve Gelbs dove into it further and asked Nolan Mlan about it. And now we have a completely different story. Take a listen.
Now, I spoke to McLean about that, and he said that he actually wasn't apologizing to Buxton. He was apologizing to his catcher, Francisco Alvarez, who had called for a backdoor sinker, and he said, I missed that pitch by about 5 to 7 feet. Now, that's not to say that Buxton knew that that's what was happening, so maybe it had the same result anyway.
Here's what kills me.
Yeah.
Off air.
That's exactly what we speculated, or Evan speculated.
Off air. I didn't do it on air, so I get no credit. But off air, after you and I had this discussion for 10 minutes, and I was critical of McLean. I agreed with Ron Darling.
On air, conversation.
On air. Off air, I shut the mic off. I'm like, you know what, Tiki? Isn't it possible McLean was saying my bad to Alvarez?
Yeah, because Alvarez was surprised by the high and inside.
Right.
It's like his glove was down here, and he had to throw it up really quickly to snatch it. And he was like, my bad.
Listen,
no, he was talking to Francisco Alvarez and not Byron Buxton.
And credit to Ron Darling, because Ron said it right after. Ron said, my bad. Like, he misinterpreted it. But you can understand why. I mean, you don't know. Sometimes when you see a player saying something on the field, you don't exactly know the answer or what they're meaning by it.
So that means, now that we're revisiting this, that I was correct.
On the intent of the 2-1 pitch. Not the 3-1 pitch that he hit over the fence. That
No.
Yeah.
I was correct on the 3-1 pitch. He wasn't throwing it away from Byron Buxton because he almost hit him.
Right.
He was throwing it away from him because he just threw a bad pitch.
Correct, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you get a victory in this whole thing.
Yes.
All I know is we all got losses because McLean gave up a home run.
That's a good point.
Turned the game around.
Exactly.
But nevertheless, at least for the next few hours, all is right in Mets world because they did win a game. And tonight, they're going to try to do something wild. They're going to try to win 2 in a row.
When's the last time they went back-to-back?
Well, you got to go back to the San Francisco series. And they're going to try to do it without Francisco Lindor. There is still no word yet on his MRI. Based on the timetable we got with Juan Soto, I would expect we're going to hear about it later today. So probably late in the Carton show with Big Mac, or maybe with Tommy later today after the Yankee-Red Sox game. We'll get word on Francisco Lindor, but it doesn't feel good. No. It doesn't feel like it's a day-to-day situation. We'll get into Juan Soto's comments in a few minutes, but let's get back to some of your phone calls. Obviously, draft night tonight. The Jets at 2-16, the Giants at 5-10. Let's go to Matt calling from Jersey. What's up, Matt? Hey, Matt.
We finally made it.
What's up, dude?
Before I get into my point, Evan, just as a Yankee fan, congrats to the Mets getting off the schneid. Happy it was Luke to do it, turning back the clock to his Yankee days a little bit there. But with the Jets, I just kind of wanted to come with like an alternate mindset. I haven't heard anybody talk about anything other than Bailey Reese Bailey. Everybody talks about the premium position in the draft, guys that you can draft in the top 3 or 4 based on position. I think this draft, unique to a lot of other drafts, there aren't guys at those positions that are blue chip, can't miss guys. If there was, it would clearly be Reese or Bailey or whatever. And as Tiki kind of alluded to earlier, the draft starts with the Jets at 2.
Right.
Why not go with the guy you think is the single best player, regardless of position, in the draft? And to me, that might make Tiki and Sean happy, but take Jeremiah Lovett too.
You just can't do that. And a part of why you can't do it isn't even a knock on Jeremiah Love. I like Breece Hall. I think he's tremendous, and they're going to make a long-term commitment to him. And
are you surprised they haven't? Or is this a post-draft thing?
it feels like it's a post-draft thing. I'm going to take Muji at the word that they're still kind of negotiating this thing. And because there's a tag involved, there's no pressure until you get to that tag deadline, which is coming up. If memory serves correct, in June, around that time.
Yeah,
where they have to
15th
agree.
or something like that. I can't remember exactly the day, but
yeah, they have to agree to a long-term deal, or he's going to play on the tag. So I think they're going to work out a long-term contract, and it's not a knock on Jeremiah Love. I also think the Jets are so far away. I need to build this defense. They tore this defense apart partially with some of the trades they've made, whether it's Quinnen Williams or Sauce Gardner or Jermaine Johnson. They have so many holes they need to fill beginning on defense that I get it. Best player available. They need the best defensive player available.
Yeah, I mean, if they didn't have Breece Hall, if Braylon Allen was their starter,
would I think differently?
Running back, I would think differently.
A little bit.
I mean, you would say just go get a running back who you know is going to be viable for 6 years, and you get your quarterback next year. You have another first-round pick, and you can take whatever defensive player it is. But you have Breece Hall, right? Breece Hall is one of the top running backs in the NFL. He hasn't exercised that statistically, but that's just because the Jets have been bad.
I think in the right offense with the right coordinator behind the right offensive line, I think Breece Hall has a chance to be a top five running back in this sport.
And he's making nothing. Well, now he will make a little bit more because he's on the tag. But he was a second-round pick. It's not like he was a first-round pick who was making first-round money. He's still waiting to get paid. He's still waiting to realize
he's waiting till June.
The fruits of his successes, and you hope it's in June.
Right.
Otherwise, it's gonna be a Saquon situation.
Yeah, ideally, I don't want him on the tag.
Yeah,
I'd rather
I don't either. You never want running backs on the tag because it doesn't benefit them at all. They're not. I mean, they're incentivized to try to be great, but that also puts you in line to potentially hurt yourself.
They have to get a true foundational defense impact player at 5 for the Giants. If Reese is there, you have to take him. I would not pass on him or Styles and trade down.
Right.
Those two guys would be my choice there with their first pick, hands down. They haven't had a true off-the-ball instinctive all-pro linebacker since, Jesse Armstead. And if both of those guys are gone, by 5, then I grab Caleb Downs. Any 3 of those guys at 5 would be great for the franchise.
No, I think
I just really hope they don't. Yeah, I really hope they don't pivot to a receiver or a lineman at 5. At 10, it's a conversation for sure, but not at 5.
I don't think the value is there for the wide receiver or the offensive lineman at 5. But again, if you don't feel desperate and you're not worried about it, you can. But I don't think they'll do that.
Yeah, but here's where I think the thinking is a little flawed. Let's say at 5 they go early and take Carnell Tate at 5. Just hear me out. The best wide receiver in the draft, or at least viewed as. Now, it sounds like the Giants are more enamored by Tyson. So if you want to make Tyson the guy at 5, fine, whatever. You take a wide receiver at 5. By the way, what would your reaction be to that, Sean, if that's the announcement at 5 that you're taking either, and I don't know which one you prefer, Carnell Tate or Jordan Tyson?
Tyson coming off an ACL, right?
Yeah, but his floor is higher. I would not be as annoyed as I would be with Love, but I would still not be thrilled.
Okay, time out. Now you take your wide receiver at 5, and the way the board falls, Sonny Styles is there at 10. Or Caleb Downs is there at 10. Both viable possibilities, and you get that player at 10. Aren't you looking very differently at what you did at 5, saying, hey, I'm good?
Yes.
What's the difference if it's 5 or 10? If you're getting the 2 players, the defensive player, maybe the red dot player, green dot player, yellow dot player.
Green dot.
Green dot. I'm just joking around. And you get the offensive player, who cares where it was?
I agree, ultimately.
Thank you.
All right. I'm trying to think.
Have I confused all of you?
No. It's just less likely that Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs is going to fall to 10.
It may be less likely, but it's not crazy.
I know it's not, but it's more likely that one of the wide receivers is going to. It's not even, forget likely. It is definite that one of those guys is falling to or past 10, the wide receiver.
One of them. Not 2 of them. One of them.
Maybe 2 of them.
Maybe, but I wouldn't bet on it.
I think there's a reason I think I would be slightly annoyed. I want to leave all options on the table, and this is why I think 5 is so important, why I'm not playing games. Because if you take your defensive green dot quarterback at 5, I want to tend to know, man.
That's not a quarterback. That's a defensive player. He just kind of like the quarterback.
Right. I'll just call it like that, okay?
Green dot player.
Green dot player. When you get to 10, I just want all options on the table. Even if Tate is there, I want to be intrigued that there's a potential a team could want to move up and I add more picks. I am not going to feel inclined that I have any choice to trade back if Caleb Downs is sitting there, and I just want to have that option at 10. I do. So I prefer
Who's the number one guy you want at 5, realistically, Sean?
Caleb Downs.
Okay. Again, let me ask you
For
this
me,
then.
it's Sonny Styles.
Okay. Well, either one.
And by the way, potato for me. I'm fine.
If the Giants draft either Caleb Downs or Sonny Styles at 5, and then at 10 end up with the wide receiver, it's the exact same thing I just told you.
No, you're right.
So what's the difference?
No, the difference is I could get to 10 with options should they happen. That's all I'm saying. You're taking the options off the table if
I
you
don't
do the
think
wide
Sonny
receiver.
Styles or Caleb Downs. Caleb might.
Caleb might.
But
I don't think Sonny Styles is falling to 10.
He's not getting past Washington at 7.
Yeah.
We got more of your calls coming up at 888-808-1019. And should Met fans be deeply concerned by what Juan Soto said prior to last night's game? We will discuss it coming up. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
With the warm months just about here, it's time for a healthier you. My good buddy John Gallucci Jr., CEO of JAG Physical Therapy, always tells me how important it is to focus on your biomechanical chain to reduce injuries. Well, now is the time for you and your loved ones to turn to JAG to get stronger and function at a higher level. The dedicated team of physical therapists at JAG Physical Therapy will develop a plan specifically for you to help prevent injuries. And if you have an existing injury, their expertise and commitment will help you get back the life you love. Schedule your appointment today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
And this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by Dr. Jay Shah at Samwell Institute for Pain Management. Visit samwellpain.com.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The Dallas Cowboys will not work out a long-term contract extension with receiver George Pickens this offseason. They franchised Pickens earlier in the offseason. So should Dallas take a receiver tonight in the NFL draft at either pick 12 or 20 in round 1? In a word, no. The Cowboys have a chance to seriously contend this year. The offense is awesome. They need to spend both of those picks, 12 and 20, on defense. I'm Nick Costos.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy one Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Get it in the app. Participation may vary.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking, the list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
Sunny and pleasant, high 75.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
FanDuel is serving up happy hour every day during the playoffs. We're talking special drops that you're not going to want to miss. From profit boosts to bonus bets and more. And the best part, it's every single day. So whether you're betting the early game or gearing up for prime time, make sure you open up the FanDuel app and see what's waiting for you today. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. FanDuel makes it easy to get closer to the action, from player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips so you can check the stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. It's everything you need all in one app, as we all love the app around here. It is safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration. Leg requirements and max wager amount. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
fine. As a contractor, I don't pay for materials I don't use. So why would I pay for stuff I don't need in my mobile plan? That's why my Biz plan from Verizon Business is so perfect. Now I can choose exactly what I want, and I only pay for what I need.
Right now, with My Biz Plan, get our best price, as low as $25 a line. Visit VerizonBusiness.com to get started today. New lines only. Price per month with 5+ lines. Includes autopay and paper-free billing and promotional discounts. Taxes, fees, economic adjustment charge, applicable add-ons, prices, and terms apply. Guarantee applies to base monthly rate and stated discounts only. Add-on prices additional. Offers end June 30th, 2026.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hello, New York, New Jersey. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America NA, member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
All right, they won. You gotta text your buddies, except you're driving. If you have to respond, pull over. Texting and driving is illegal and could lead to an accident. A safety message from the Rothenberg Law Firm, injurylawyer.com.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEB-NOW-1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Get breaking sports news here. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Get you set for Knicks Hawks coming up a little bit later on. Sean's got a Cinco de Lunch on. Of course, we'll continue to talk NFL draft as tonight is the night. But last night, Juan Soto returned, and before he returned, he made a comment in his return, I guess, scrum with the media that opened up a lot of eyes. And I admit, when I first heard this, my reaction was, oof.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
This doesn't sound good. For those that missed it, here's the question from Mike Puma, and here's Juan Soto's answer.
You've been talking to guys throughout and trying to, gauge where they're at and try to lift them as we go along here.
No, not at all. I mean, they've been on the road most of the time, so I haven't talked to them.
The no, not at all. I haven't talked to them.
Yeah,
it sounded cold. That would be the way I would define it. Just sounded very like
indifferent.
No. Indifferent.
No, not at all. I don't really talk to those guys. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like I don't care.
It sounded like I don't care, and it didn't sound good.
But it's also,
it just didn't.
And it sounded, my initial reaction was, man, what kind of leader is this guy? Like, he doesn't even care about his teammates when they're going through this horrendous losing streak. But they were also, and he's right, they were on the road. And so it made me.
Well, they were on the road for part of it. They weren't on the road the entire time because they had come back and played some home games.
Yeah, but at the home games, he was there.
He was there. No, I know, and that's why his answer wasn't even consistent with the truth because he was in the dugout. Yes. Like, I was actually screaming this at one point while he was talking. I was like, dude, you did talk to him.
Right.
I saw you in the dugout.
But I think at the early stages
IL.
of it, when he was in the dugout, you're not thinking about this is going to be, I got another 9 losses to go. Right, before this thing turns itself around. So, but my initial reaction was, man, this dude, what? He's supposed to be the leader of this team? Are you kidding? But then it made me rethink about what would happen in the NFL when you got hurt. when you get hurt in the league, in the NFL, you are not around. You become invisible.
Right.
And I remember Sean O'Hara when he had MRSA, right? That he had this like infection, and he missed like at least 3 weeks, maybe a month. And I didn't see that dude forever. I'm like, where the hell did Sean go? Like, where is he at? And it's just a reality, I think, in sports leagues. When you're hurt, you're separate from the team.
Right.
You're doing your own thing. You're rehabbing on your own. You go to treatment at different times than the guys that are currently playing. And I don't want to say it's out of sight, out of mind, but it almost is out of sight, out of mind, because you immediately get replaced by somebody. Well, you know what I mean? Not your impact. You're never replacing Juan Soto's impact, but somebody is playing left field. Somebody is batting second, and it's not you anymore, and that's what's more important. Unfortunately, it's just a reality of it. If you're not available, whoever's taking your place is more important. And so you just become out of sight, out of mind.
Even though you played a different sport, and it was many years ago because you're old now, you have described exactly to a T what veteran Met players said to explain the situation. So after this came out, there was an outcry. And I admit it, I tweeted about it. I tweeted the old CM Punk line of, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money.
Yeah.
Which is cold, but
it's probably also true.
Probably also true. And also not the end of the world.
No.
Like, go perform, it doesn't matter. Will Salmon of The Athletic, and I'll read it to you, spoke with 3 Met veteran players and granted them anonymity in exchange for candor.
Right.
So there's 3 veteran Met players. We don't know their names, so they could be honest.
Well, who cares?
Exactly. If they're veterans, that's fine. They all agreed that Soto and what he did is completely normal. As the veteran player explained, when a player goes on the IL in baseball, he is essentially out of sight, out of mind. The injured player is, quote, not going through the moment, as one of the veterans put it. Therefore, they maintain a distance. In some instances, an especially vocal leader will reach out to the group via text. That's not the standard operating procedure, though. Quote, they're going through it, and you're not there, a veteran said. He was here every day and on the top step when we were home.
Right.
On the road, he's taking care of business. What's he going to say in a text message anyway? When it comes down to it, we needed to do our jobs, and we haven't.
Yeah. What's he going to say? You guys suck. Can you play better?
So
he doesn't know all these guys that well. He's been there for some of them for a year, some of them for 4 months.
Yeah, a lot of them are kind of new.
Exactly. So he doesn't even know them like that.
So when I first heard the comment, like I said, it was cold. I didn't love it. And, did it concern me like it's the end of the world? It didn't concern me like it's the end of the world, but I didn't love it. I think these comments calmed me down a bit. But you know what really put me over the top? I'm listening to everything with a critical ear now. Yeah. Luke Weaver put me over the top. Luke Weaver last night not only cut a great wrestling promo on the field after he won and pitched well, but that was not what jumped out at me. He was asked about Soto and Lindor specifically.
Yeah.
And his answers tell us everything. They tell us that we now know the dynamics in the locker room. And don't worry, Met fans, it's not the end of the world. So let's start with Luke Weaver talking about Juan Soto and just getting Juan Soto back. Now, Luke Weaver knows Juan Soto pretty freaking well because he was teammates with your team.
That's true.
Here's what Luke Weaver said about Juan Soto.
He's a nice personality. He's funny. He brings such a good vibe to this clubhouse. And, lastly, he's just a good baseball player, obviously.
So what you get, very simple, is great guy. He's actually pretty funny.
Right.
Now, listen to what he said about Lindor. And this is really important because it relates to what the Athletic said and what you said about, hey, when guys are injured, the standard practice is they disappear. Some people, though, will be vocal. Here's what he said about a potential injury long-term to Francisco Lindor.
He's obviously going to have a big presence no matter what and continue to lead. But, yeah, let's just start with tonight and let's all rest our heads a little easier.
So here's what we learned without getting crazy about things. Lindor is still kind of a leader on this team, and Soto isn't.
He is. We know this.
And Soto's a different kind of leader. Like, he's probably the leader who leads by example. You see the way he handles Carson Bench. But I guess this IL stint was standard. Like, it wasn't, he didn't show extra leadership skills the way apparently Lindor's going to, according to Luke Weaver. It was just more, he's there, he's around, but when we're on the road, he's not around. So I think Weaver's comments and the Athletics' comments at least eases the Met fans' concerns about it.
Yeah,
but it was cold the way it came out.
It's also, I think, the tenure. Like, if you've been there for a while, I'm trying to think of the examples from my playing days, because I never got hurt when I was the captain.
Humble brag.
When I was older.
Humble brag.
That's not humble brag. It's just the reality. I just never got hurt. And so there's not an example. Strahan got hurt. Strahan got hurt my penultimate year. I think it was my last year in 06. He got hurt, but he was always around.
Right.
And I think it's because of the longevity and who he is and who he was for the Giants at that time. And so I think it's kind of up to the person, but it is kind of weird to be around when you're not playing.
Oh, that makes sense. I get you. And I think that explanation and then even Lindor and Soto, they're just very different.
Right.
But I feel a little better as a Met fan. But again, not going to lie. And I think it's okay. We can admit this. We can be vulnerable. When I first heard the comments, they came out very cold. And they were a little concerning. What can I tell you? I mean, I'm not going to just say, oh, no biggie. I didn't know biggie it.
Yeah.
I think with time and with more context, it doesn't feel like the end of the world. But what we all have to understand, and I'll give you the opportunity, Sean, because I know he has something to say about this, I'm sure. I know that the Yankee fan, they're going to want to take advantage of this. They're going to want to say, hey, Juan Soto hates you. He hates the players. He hates the city. He hates being a Met. They want to take advantage of this. So, Sean?
Why don't you go and ask Sean Moran?
Go ahead, if that's what you want to do.
No, listen, all I'll say is this. When you sign the kind of contract that you sign, whether it is in your nature or not to not be a leader or be a leader, when a team is going through tough times, like it or not, you got to step up. And I think it's an unacceptable answer, and I do appreciate that Juan Soto has set the bar that low with his Mets teammates that they're calling it a normal practice. But when you are one of the top 5 highest paid players in baseball.
Hold on. We can't twist the things that are said. Like, you can have the other opinion. That's totally fine. The Athletic report with the Met veteran said it's normal practice, not for Soto, but for everybody.
I understand that.
Juan hasn't been on the IL here, so you twisted that slightly. A little bit. There was a little twist in there.
All right.
You did twist it, Sean. Come on.
I'm not going to use Ohtani as the example because I don't know about like the language barrier thing. But if Aaron Judge and the Yankees were going through a 12-game losing streak and he was away from the team in IL, you don't think he's reaching out to the team?
I think the difference is, and again, this is what I learned from this. Aaron Judge is the captain of the Yankees.
Okay.
Lindor may not officially be the captain of the Mets, but he still kind of feels like he is.
Yeah.
And Soto's not. Juan Soto's an introvert who's probably a really good player who leads by example with some of the younger players.
I think that's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
He's just not the leader of the team. Are you saying, I'm sorry to cut you off, are you saying that because he's making that kind of money, he needs to be the leader?
It's not that he needs to be the leader, but I think in really adverse times like the Mets were just going through, I think it wouldn't hurt and it wouldn't all of a sudden make you a leader, but just reach out to your teammates and be like, guys, keep powering through. I'm here. I'm ready for you guys when you come back.
But you know what's weird about this whole thing? Like, again, he was around during half the losing streak because I saw him in the dugout, and then like it's even been confirmed by those veterans. So Juan's answer, it's almost like he's screwing with us.
Right.
Juan's answer wasn't even accurate when he said, I didn't talk to any of them. You did. We saw you. You were in the dugout in the middle of the losing streak. Yeah. It's not like he went to another country for 2.5 weeks.
I think at some point in the Chicago series, he could send a text to even, it's not everybody, but a couple of the guys, hey, guys, keep powering through. I'll be here waiting for you guys. that kind of thing.
I got you.
I don't think it would have hurt. Now, I do have to say this because, we could do what we want with this or do what we want. The Vrabel and Diana Rossini story is now taking another twist.
No. Really? Well, by the way, if you're just tuning in, the only twist I'm aware of is that late last night, and it was middle of the night, Mike Vrabel announced that he will not be with the New England Patriots over the weekend for the draft, and he's checking himself into counseling based on his conversations with his family and even the organization. So, and I don't know what counseling that is. I mean, I guess we're all assuming it's what? Like sex addiction?
Or is it marriage counseling?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Probably the latter.
Now, I found the whole timing of it to be weird, that it came out on the eve of the draft in the middle of the night, and also that he's there Thursday and Friday, but it begins on Saturday, but whatever. Respect his personal life.
Right.
So that's the latest on Vrabel, which we were going to get to. What's happened now?
All right, so between Vrabel speaking and going for the counseling, one had to think maybe he thought was about to happen today has happened. There are new pictures that the New York Post has just published.
Oh, boy.
From 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Of Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini right before the pandemic, for lack of a better term, necking inside a New York City bar.
Really?
They're all over each other, holding hands,
in
kissing.
In a New York City bar, like you're in a public setting.
The pictures were taken at Tribeca Tavern, a dimly lit bar in the early hours of March 11th, 2020, according to Page 6.
Wow, right before the pandemic.
And there are several pictures, including them close. Now, you get as close to...
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
I guess you can't confirm that's lip on lip, but what else is he doing?
I don't know.
And then the other pictures of them holding hands together, that's not a group setting.
Right.
You know what, though? we knew this already.
But now
Once
was 6 years ago?
Yeah.
Think about all the NFL information reports she's had for 6 years.
Well, I guess we have to go to that level because they've had a long-term affair, if you want to call it that, for that long is, I guess, fascinating to us as voyeurs. And it's something he has to deal with and she has to deal with from a family perspective. In terms of
that's the more important part of it.
It's much more important to them, rightfully so. 100%. I guess to us, it's about, was news manipulated in the last 6 years?
Does it feel like it was?
See, does
it even matter?
That's the follow-up. Yeah. Does it matter?
Does it really matter?
People get information for a variety of reasons.
Right.
Because they're friends with each other or their dad's Little League coach's brother. I'm sure there's a lot of relationships that Adam Schefter has that gets him news. So, yeah, I guess, is any of it unethical and wrong?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it, but again.
It sucks for both of their
families. It's open for interpretation.
That's it.
Well, that's the more important thing.
Yeah, and I guess you got to go back now, and people will, and look at every piece of information that she put out there about the Titans and now the Patriots and say, hey, was that somehow used to benefit him? I don't think so, because my gut is it's the same way owners leak information to Schefter or Ian Rappaport. Like, they do it with a motivation.
Right.
They do it maybe because they like that person. So the fact that these two are sleeping together, like, it's still a relationship. Allegedly. Well,
we haven't got those pictures yet.
It's allegedly, but he's kind of admitted it.
Not really.
No. All right.
He's
allegedly.
He's admitted around it, I think, is more.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's admitted it without admitting it.
I love how this is coming out on the eve and the day now of the NFL draft.
Oh.
And I feel bad
what
for
does that even mean?
What does it mean for who?
Like, what's the purpose? Because everything has a reason. There's no coincidence,
So-
right? So what's that mean?
I thought the reason Vrabel announced the whole counseling thing was to bury it. Like, it's almost a news dump because now we're going to just care about the draft and who's drafted and all that. As far as why the New York Post put these pictures out now, maybe because there's an interest level in this story and there's an interest level in football. And credit, I got to give credit
Or maybe
to
they just got him.
Maybe they just got him. But I got to give credit to Craig because I think he said this the first day. He said, I bet you there's more pictures. He didn't use the term bet. My apologies. He said, I'm sure there's more pictures. And there clearly were, which is probably why Vrabel knew I can't lie anymore.
Right.
I can't say it's laughable if I know this stuff is out there.
Right. And you know it's true.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a fascinating story.
Jeez. A bar, too. Come here. Just get a hotel room.
Well, that's the thing. You're not hiding it if you're publicly, would you call it necking?
Necking.
Yeah.
Are we still using that term?
I mean, you just did.
Kissing, called necking?
Whatever.
They were leaning their necks next to each other.
If they're doing that at a public bar, you're asking to get caught.
I'm going to throw this in the ring. Now that we're here, remember how I said I thought maybe Bill Belichick and Jordan Hudson were behind this?
It was a great theory.
Yeah. I'm going to throw another contender into this.
Got a new contender?
Gerard Mayo. Just thrown out the
but how
door.
is Gerard Mayo getting a picture from 6 years ago?
Listen, all I know is Gerard Mayo was tossed out like garbage after 1 year in New England. They bring in Mike Vrabel. I'm sure Gerard Mayo has friends around the league, and he was a former teammate. Who knows? Where maybe they knew this was going on, put him in connection with the right person. I'm just trying to think of what somebody's motivation is for putting this out there.
I think because, look, I think it makes sense that it's one of the spouses who hired a private investigator, but it's not.
6 years ago?
Yeah, if you assume, well, yeah, that's a good question. Like, what? I don't know how that works.
Or was this just somebody random that had these pictures forever that knew this was going on, and now this became a story
and
that
sent it to the Post.
Yeah, that's true. I still think the Belichick thing makes the most sense. Especially
Why would
with him.
Belichick do this 6? I'm thinking now about the pictures that just came out. Why would Belichick have done that 6 years ago?
He wouldn't. Well, he was an opposing coach. It's a new Spygate. His new Spygate was him spying on opposing coaches. God forbid he may have stuff on Rex Ryan from back in the day. I have no. Maybe that's where the feet pictures came from. Maybe Bill's approach was, I'm not just going to spy on other teams. I'm going to spy on other coaches.
Interesting.
You like that one? Fascinating.
The Bill Belichick one is the most interesting conspiracy theory of them all.
No doubt.
I just think it has the 0 legs.
Yeah, maybe. Also, Sean, you were talking about Juan Soto, and you wanted to say he's miserable being a New York Met. He did quite a few shuffles last night. He looked very happy last night.
When did I say that he's miserable being a New York Met?
That's what you wanted to say.
No, in fact,
I'm a fat moron.
I said the opposite on opening day, if you remember, that he had to come to terms with his decision, and he has.
Yeah.
He's miserable being a captain.
Well, he's not the captain. That's what I learned from this whole exercise. Like, at first I was...
And even Luke Weaver knows it.
Yeah, I mean, Luke Weaver... That's the thing. Once you get information, you start to listen to everything differently. And when Luke Weaver went out of his way to say, hey, dude, he's a funny guy. He's got great vibes. But then about Lindor, hey, even if he's hurt, he's going to be around. He told you Lindor's a leader and Soto's just a funny guy.
Yeah. And Weaver's only briefly observed that. You know what I mean? To even make that jump.
The Lindor comment.
Lindor.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's a great point. And so I understand hearing Juan Soto's comments and saying, dude, that's concerning and it's cold. Because it's the same reaction I had. But I think when you give it its proper context, it's who he is. He's an introvert.
Right. And by the way, he knew this kind of last year. Because after last season, when people were trying to figure out what Juan Soto's first year in Queens was like, it was, he's a good teammate.
Yeah.
But he doesn't hang with us.
Right. And I heard that with the Yankees, too. Like, before he had left the Yankees, the story about him was everybody likes him, right?
Of course.
No one has an issue with him.
Not
but
a bad guy. You don't know anything
He's a
about
loner.
him. You don't know anything about
when
him.
the team goes out, Juan's like, yeah, I'm going to the hotel.
And by the way,
I respect that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Juan Soto, minus the talent. If you just take all the talent away and the good looks and the muscles, I'm Juan Soto.
Certain guys just don't like to hang.
Yeah. Oh, I don't.
I mean, I did when I was younger. I don't hang anymore.
Nah, I hate it.
I go home.
Like Sean, don't ask us to go out after the draft show tonight because I'm going back to my hotel.
I am too. I have not one but 2 podcasts to do.
Oh, yeah. I got to do a Rico tonight as well. There's a lot of podcasts
Why
going
don't
on.
you just go home?
What, because it's, you know what time I wake up to come here?
Yeah, 5.
Okay. So if I just go home after doing our draft show tonight, which you can watch on YouTube and a Rico, I'm probably going to walk in close to midnight to 1 a.m.
Midnight?
Yeah. And then I'm turning around 5 hours later.
Oh, because you're doing a Rico.
Because I'm doing a Rico.
Right.
So, yeah.
I was going to say, I'm not here till midnight.
No, you don't have to. After I'm done with the Rico and you're done with your 2 giant podcasts, do not expect me to go clubbing with you and neck with you, as the kids like to say.
No clubbing. Maybe McMonagle after the Bloody Sock will go out.
After the what?
What's the name of his podcast? Not the Bloody Sock. What do we call it? I've now forgotten the name of it.
The
Go Get 'Em. The Go Get 'Em.
Get 'em. You're funny.
Now I'm calling it the Bloody Sock.
Sean's got a Cinco de Luncho. We will get back to your phone calls, whether on Soto, the Yankees, or, of course, the NFL draft. And what did the Knicks have to do differently tonight to avoid going down 2-1? 888-808-1019. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Window-Rama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Window-Rama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit windowrama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
Fanatics Fest, the world's #1 sports fan festival, returns to the Javits Center in New York City from July 16th to 19th. See top athletes and just announced former Met and Yankee greats Mike Piazza, Jorge Posada, David Wright, Mariano Rivera, Keith Hernandez, Don Mattingly, Darryl Strawberry, Andy Pettit, and Jose Reyes. Live panels, autographs, photo ops, rare trading cards, and memorabilia, plus exclusive merch drops you can only get at Fanatics Fest. This is the ultimate weekend where sports and culture collide. Tickets are on sale now, so grab yours at fanaticsfest.com.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Paramus Chevrolet. It's also sponsored by Dr. J. Shah at Samwell Pain Management. Visit samwellpain.com.
Together, let's drive at Paramus Chevrolet. For just $247 a month and $1964 due at delivery, lease a brand new Equinox 40 Wagon LT with 2-wheel drive for 39 months. Buying, enjoy 0.0% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. Visit ParamusChevrolet.com today.
Dr. J. Shah, specializing in minimally invasive and non-surgical treatments for neck, back, sciatica, migraines, and so much more, offers pain-relieving solutions. There are thousands of 5-star reviews who all trust Samwell Pain for all of their aches and pains. Visit SamwellPain.com.
The Yankees and Red Sox wrap up a 3-game series today at 6:10.
Going, and go!
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the play-by-play. The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan, 101.9 FM, 660 AM, and always live and available in Espanol with Ricky Ricardo on the free Odyssey app.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch. For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
The Rutgers men's basketball team is back in action this winter at Jersey Mike's Arena. Join the fun and don't miss the excitement on the court as head coach Steve Peichel and the Scarlet Knights take on some of the top teams in the Big Ten Conference. Limited tickets are still available to come cheer on your Scarlet Knights. For more information or to purchase Rutgers men's basketball tickets, visit scarletknights.com. That's scarletknights.com. And go RU.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Lowe's has the brands pros trust to get the job done. You can now shop new Catalyst fencing solutions and save big when you do. 10% off when you buy in bulk. Plus, save $180 on a DeWalt 12-inch dual-bevel sliding compound miter saw. Now just $449. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Texting and driving? Big risk, big consequences. You risk traffic tickets, fines, and if you crash and injure someone, you could even go to prison. Pay attention or pay the price. Brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
And Doug.
There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means playing in a football game.
Boom! 42! You're going down, Doug!
Oh yeah? Your price on car insurance when you customize and save is going down.
Hey!
Limu? What are you doing on their team? Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
In today's fast-moving job market, staying ahead means keeping your skills sharp. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we help keep your capabilities cutting edge with our skills-based education programs designed to move your career forward. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, and more. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shell.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises, and no money down. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens.
Spring and summer are around the corner, and now's the time to prepare for pest season. From homes and hotels to backyards and ballparks, homeowners and businesses choose J.P. McHale Pest Management. For over 50 years, J.P. McHale has delivered proven year-round protection with offices in New York City, Long Island, the Hudson Valley, and Connecticut, and over 2,000 five-star reviews. Right now, take advantage of J.P. McHale's seasonal residential discounts and free commercial inspections. Visit nopest.com. That's NOPESTS.com. J.P. McHale Pest Management. Not just good, guaranteed.
If we're being honest, guys in this town, pretty confident. And hey, that's not a bad thing. But are you willing to put it to the test? California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month. Plus, get free health and genetic screenings. And more importantly, you're helping families who can't do this on their own. So if you really think you've got it, and you know who you are, put it to good use. Apply now and see if you qualify. Check out spermbank.com to learn more.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ Sense wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toast, and much more. For years now, I've been telling you about how amazing these products are and how they have changed my life. Now it's time to change yours. Go to chefiq.com and don't forget to use the code word Boomer to save big at checkout. That's code word Boomer at chefiq.com.
Basketball playoffs are underway. Trade every game, series, and the championship on Kalshi. You're trading against peers in a live market. As the odds move, you can buy in or out anytime. Download the Kalshi app and use code FAN to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
The NBA playoffs are here, and Fanatics Sportsbook is rewarding you every game day. Shoot your shot all playoffs long with profit boosts. And with Fair Play Bet Protection, we got your player props protected from any first-half injuries, so your bet plays on if a player goes down. Plus, earn up to 10% fan cash on your bets, win or lose. You can use fan cash on your favorite team gear on Fanatics.com, or spend it on tickets, collectibles, profit boosts, and bonus bets. Fan cash is the currency of sport. Switch to Fanatics Sportsbook to bet on the NBA playoffs and start earning fan cash today. With Fanatics Sportsbook, winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MyReset. CT, call 888-789-7777. MA, call 800-327-5050. NY, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. MD, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Is perfect steak possible? Discover how at chefiq.com. As NFL draft rumors continue to heat up, how about this report coming out of Jacksonville? The Jaguars, who don't have a first-round pick after trading with the Browns last year, are looking to get one at some point in the first round, and they are dangling Brian Thomas Jr. in hopes to get a first-round pick. So could that be a Jet match at 16?
Is it a giant match? You could use a wide receiver as well. There's been some interest in Brian Thomas Jr., who had a really good first year in the NFL and then had injuries a year ago.
I mean, I guess you'd have to include that. I was just more speaking in terms of Tate or Tyson. Like, if the Giants really want one of those guys, they may be there at 10. At 16, they really may not be if the Jets really want to receive.
No, you're right. You're right. And that's why the Jets have been linked to potentially trading up. Certainly a possibility that they may move up. That's why tonight's going to be an interesting night. I will say that I hope that tonight is the last time we are sitting around at an NFL draft talking about how the Jets and the Giants are picking in the top 10. I'm getting sick of it.
Right.
It feels like it happens every year because we all suck.
I mean,
every year.
It?
Yes.
I mean, they're in there a lot, but Evan, you shouldn't be rooting for that at all.
Oh, you're talking about next year?
Yeah, but they have 3 first-round picks, so it doesn't matter. You could make the playoffs. You could still get your quarterback.
That's my point. You root for the Colts to stink.
I get your point, and you're right. I think just in theory, peaking at the top of a draft usually means you stink.
Yeah. Has it been every year that one of us has been in the
Yes.
I mean, the Jets have certainly been there forever. The Giants as kind of as well.
Yes. All right, I'll give you the numbers right now. So last year, the Giants picked 3. We picked 7. Then you went up to 25. The year before, you picked 6. We were at 11. The year before that,
congratulations.
Thank you. The year before that was when we picked at 15, and I think that was the year we moved back because we got Aaron Rodgers, right? and you guys picked a 24.
Deontay Banks.
The year before that was when the Jets picked 4-10, and you went 5-7.
Right.
The year before that, the Jets had Zach Wilson at number 2 and AVT at 14. You picked Kadarius Toney at 20. The year before that, the Giants were at 4 and the Jets were at 11. The year before that, 2019, the Jets are at 3 and the Giants are at 6, 17, and 30. The year before that was the famous Giants at 2 with Saquon,
Right.
Jets at 3 with Sam. Dude, this is a decade running.
So there's basically just 1 year. There was 1 year in there where we both were out of the top 10.
Yeah, the only year was 2023, and that was the
unbelievable, dude.
Will McDonald, Deontay Banks draft.
Wow.
That's the only one.
Oddly enough, maybe the worst Giant draft of all of them.
Yeah.
And if you go back further, then you got to go back, you ready, to 2014 when the Jets picked Calvin Pryor at 18 and the Giants took Odell at 12 because every other year, one of us was in the top 10.
So since 2014, save 1 year,
yes,
the Giants or the Jets are picked in the top 10.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Like, do you not see how, yes, it's exciting on this night, but it sucks?
Right. Well, I mean,
what's that?
I think next year, even if you're good, so let's say we break the curse of earning, let's put it that way, earning a top 10 pick, that you could still be in the top 10.
Yes, because
The
of
Jets.
Indianapolis,
Right.
Dallas, or even just trading up because they have 3 first-round picks. So even if it's...
And you're likely going to need a quarterback or,
Yes.
want a quarterback.
How about that? That'll be so perfect. It really will be the historic quarterback draft, and it'll be the first time the Giants or Jets are not in the top 5.
I know.
But the good news is, like, if the Jets aren't in the top 10, and let's all be honest, I want to go into a season optimistic, they're probably not going to be good, the Jets. So even if they're not picking 1, they're probably picking 3 through 8.
Yeah.
That's where they are because they're not very good. But even if somehow they have a better year than we think and they're picking 12 and they also have 18 and 20, you could move up using those 3 picks, clearly.
You just excited me.
Why?
You know how we're going to do like our NBA Finals predictions and playing back twice?
Yeah.
Dude, it's 12:35. It's draft day. Let's predict who has the number 1 overall pick next year's draft.
That's a good one. Here are the predictions, all right? Where your earned draft pick is, so where the Jets' earned draft pick is, where the Giants' earned draft pick is, and what team gets the number 1 overall pick. I love that. That's a great game.
All right, let's do it.
All right. You go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. I believe the Jets' earned draft pick will be the number 1 pick in the draft, the Jets.
Really?
I think they will be the worst team in football next year.
Wow.
I think Geno's going to be bad.
That's a great thing or horrible thing, depending on your perspective.
And I do believe their franchise flips after that.
Okay.
I believe the Giants will be picking 14th.
14th. Okay. All right. Oh, I guess you answered both of them. Tiki Barber.
The Jets will be at 11.
Wow.
But they'll trade into the top 10.
Okay. And who gets the number 1 overall pick?
Arizona.
That was my pick, you son of a bitch. Okay.
I don't see how they're going to be good next
That
year.
that is absolutely my team. They won
really
3 games last year. They
Who's the
don't
new
have a
coach?
quarterback. Like, this is destined
LaFleur
to be. Yeah, and they got Mike LaFleur as their head coach. I mean, come on. I'm with you. It's the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals are going to get the earned number 1 overall pick.
Golly.
I think the
Why
Jets.
did you hire I know we had this conversation when it
Because
happened.
I will tell you why, Tiki. Because they went the lazy route and said, who has sniffed Sean McVay's anus?
I think the Arizona Cardinals get the number 1 overall pick. I think the Jets are picking 4th, and I think the Giants are picking 21st. Those are my official year-out predictions. You need to give where the Giants are drafting.
Number 1.
What?
Yeah, you heard me.
I don't think you
number 32.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God, you scared me.
Wait, they're getting the 32nd pick in the draft?
Yes.
What are you trying to say, Barber?
You know
I'm
what
not
he's
saying nothing.
I think he's saying that they made some kind of trade. He's telling us they made a...
Hey, it doesn't matter how you get there, as long as you're there.
They made a trade with the Chicago Bears or something of that nature. All right, that's a good way to look at it. We're a year out. Anyhow, Sean, feed us.
Sean Morash in the booth, somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go. Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. All right, tonight, you know the deal by now. All the WFAN social platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and, of course, our YouTube page. 7:45, go search it out. Whatever the social media channel de jour you choose, find us all on the rooftop tonight. I think the first time ever, all of the WFAN daytime personalities on one show, same time, hanging out. So,
sounds like a cluster.
And it will be, but we're going to try to be organized. You might have heard they have a great host tonight. The top 5 things to watch for at our draft show, all right? Here we go.
Here we go! Number 5.
Name your Knicks fan host. Watch them melt down if a loss happens tonight.
Yeah.
Now, it's at 5 because I don't think they're going to lose.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to lose either. I think it's going to go the other way, but I think that you losing this game will certainly cause major angst from the Knicks fans.
Tip-off is what time?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. You know what I find cool about this, Evan, that we haven't even talked about?
Yeah.
We always talk about the Knicks fans at the station. We'll kind of get to see in real time maybe who the realest Knicks fan is at the station with how they take a potential loss.
Well, but what does that mean, though? Because, like, certain fans are delusional and certain fans are more negative. Like, you see that with all different teams here. So I don't know if I would draw a conclusion on one's fandom.
I think you can, Evan.
How?
Because everybody's focused on what's going to be said and the chatter at this draft party. The cameras are going to be on us at all times. There's no commercial breaks. You will see the panic and fear in certain eyeballs. And I think that if you see as the game goes on the frustration, I think you're going to be able to tell who the bigger fan is tonight.
Interesting.
Craig or Gio, who's the bigger Knicks fan?
No, I can see that. I can see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's not about what they say. It's about how they look during
I
the
have an
winning
answer
minutes.
on that, by the way, on who's the bigger Knicks fan between those two. But I'm going to let tonight.
Know?
Do I know for a fact? It's an opinion, so it would just be my opinion. But I'm going to let tonight play out because I think that's a fair point that maybe tonight gives a big indicator. And the thing I've got to work on, I really got to work on this because I don't want to be a bad guy. I don't think I'm a bad guy. I hate the Knicks. I hate them more than anything I've ever hated in sports. I want them to win. What are you, high right now?
Yeah, you get season tickets, dude.
Stop it. But just cut that out for a second.
I mean, that's valuable.
Okay, you're going to learn something.
That's cash money.
You may learn something about me tonight.
Okay.
I have to contain myself if things go bad for the Knicks because
how excited
I get way too excited. Like, I'll never forget, and Big Mac could tell you this, I took him to the first game of the Knicks-Hawks series back in 21, coincidentally, in the seats, my future seats.
Yeah.
And when Trae Young hit the game-winning shot, I'm surrounded by Knicks fans, Big Mac's into it. I did like this giant, like quiet pump fist pump underneath the table on the Garden Bridge.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
But you knew they were losing that series.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Well, maybe. I feel like if I do that tonight, Boomer throws me off the roof.
Well, more on that in a second.
Number 4.
Oh, wow. We spent that much time on number 5.
I know.
Sorry about that.
Maybe that should have been number 1. Number 4 is simply this. If Jeremiah loves the Giant, me actually fighting with Tiki for the first time on it.
Oh.
I can see Tiki trying to hold me back, and I'm a ticking time bomb.
Will you passionately?
I know.
Would you passionately defend the pick,
wrestling
or would you let him be
No, I'm
angry?
just going to calm him down in a I don't know, some wrestling hold.
Oh, you really are going to put a wrestling hold?
Yeah.
on?
Wrestling hold.
Yes.
All right.
Wow. That'll be a visual.
Like proper wrestling, not WWE.
Yeah, like the one that counts. Okay.
Number 3.
This is a really fun game for anybody who wants to play at home because I know the morning show's going to talk about it, but we'll be able to track the lies. Here, simply number 3 is this. Who eats the most?
Oh, Craig.
You are going to be able to visualize.
Craig.
You can play the tally, man. You can mark it down. There's another piece of chicken parm here. Calandra's Bakery is bringing in a ton of Italian food, cakes, desserts. Who eats the most?
Actually, you know what? I think Boomer eats the most.
Thank you.
I think the guy who fat shames everyone else is going to end up picking out tonight.
That's my prediction, too. All right?
Number 2.
The number 2 thing to watch for the draft show, we're allowed to drink. Watch Boomer's strength on a couple of drinks. He gets unbelievably stronger.
You did those shows, those
Yeah, the Boomer and Gio Live.
The live shows.
I've been at a couple Christmas parties with Boomer. I've been at a couple Boomer and Gio Lives. And if you think he's strong as an NFL athlete, that man turns into Dexter Lawrence after a couple drinks. And when he starts punching shoulders, somebody's leaving bruised. All right, here we go.
Number 1.
And the number 1 thing to watch for at our draft show, and it's been discussed behind the scenes, so I'll let it leak now. Who has the courage to go spill something on Evan's scorebook during the Met game?
The courage.
And how does Evan respond?
I think I would have.
Why would you do that to Evan?
I would think I would avoid it in this way. because I've already game planned this because I know you guys are scum.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna probably be very protective of my book, or I've even considered not scoring the game in my official scorebook and doing it on random pieces of paper so that if some shenanigans happen.
Could you do that?
I could. I mean, it's not something I've done.
But could you score a game on just a white sheet of paper?
Of course.
And then translate it into your book?
Absolutely.
Huh.
It's not something I want to do, but I have to be protective. But then the other part of me says this. Why not just let it happen, Evan? A part of your book is memories. Like, I think I've told you guys this 2 years ago during the 2024 season. I did a Rico Bronya outside while I was on vacation. I left my scorebook outside. A rainstorm hit, and my scorebook got absolutely drenched by rain. My wife did everything she could to dry it off, and it is permanently stained. Like, if you read the 2024 scorebook, nobody would, it's private, it has got that wetness to it.
Right.
And now when I look back on it, I'm like, that's a memory. I'm not even angry about it anymore.
Why
It's like,
is it so warped? Oh, I remember.
oh, that's right. So if Boomer put mustard on my book, yeah, in the moment I'd be like, you son of a bitch, all that. Call HR, the whole thing. But it'd be a memory.
You'd say, oh, this was the draft party.
This was the draft party. This was the game where Boomer put mustard on my book.
This was the game when the Mets losing streak started again.
That's a good point. Like, does this game end up memorable in any way whatsoever?
And because of that, I can blame Boomer forever.
Exactly. So those are my two approaches. Either let it happen or I'll probably score on another piece of paper. And I'll stay far, far away from you guys because that's just mean also.
I will promise you that it will not be me.
Who do you think it'll be then?
Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Craig's always a candidate.
Yeah.
I don't trust Craig at all.
It won't
tonight.
be me. It definitely
won't be Tiki. You don't trust Craig at all tonight?
Craig's going to pull something tonight. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something glorious where he just wheels in like an ice cream sundae cart, or maybe it's like a whoopee cushion. But like something's happening with Craig tonight.
Wheeling in an ice cream cart. That'd be amazing.
That would be amazing.
Well, it's going to be a fun night. I can't wait
better
for
if
it.
it was soft serve.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh.
Soft serve's the best, man. No question about it. By the way, Sean, I don't know if you saw the update. So yesterday, right here on the show, we were talking about how it had come out that Yankee players were requesting an alternate jersey for the New York Yankees. And obviously, there was a debate. Tiki was very passionate on, come on, it's the modern era. Let them do what they want to do. Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton did get asked questions about it yesterday, and they both confirmed that they would like it. I thought Aaron Judge had one of the best lines when talking about tradition. He said, we have the Star Insurance logo on our jersey.
Weak answer.
No, it's the correct answer because he's right.
No, but
how could we go crazy about tradition when they allowed a sponsorship patch on the famed Yankee jersey?
All right, therefore, he's what he's saying is that it's all about money, and by having an alternate jersey, road jersey, because you won't change it at home, alternate road jersey, you're furthering the opportunity to make more money, which, by the way, means the players are going to make more money. As well as the owners.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Here's why I think it's a weak answer. We have all kind of learned now to it's still the Yankee uniform. We ignore what's on the patch. Like, I forgot what company was there. No offense to whatever company that was. Because it's still the uniform. Yeah, and also, this Yankee team would have been calling for alternate uniforms whether that patch was on there or not. That didn't give them the idea.
No, I think that's his counter to people talking about tradition. Tradition doesn't matter to young athletes anymore. I know we want it to because you're an old head, but the world has changed. Right? It's just things are different. I grew up without a cell phone. Hell, I learned how to type on a typewriter. My 9-year-old had a phone in her hand since she was 6 years old. So the world is different. And so the tradition that you're clamoring for is likely gone, especially in the minds of young people and young athletes. So it doesn't matter as much as you think it does to the growing population of new Yankee fans.
I think, unfortunately, you're right. My other issue, though, and is this what you're going to drop, the big bombshell about the Yankee uniforms?
Just say it. Like, what are you leading
I
into?
didn't want to ruin your tease.
I don't have any teaser ruined. Well, what are you even talking about?
The Yankees applied for and got approved to wear alternates last year before the 2025 season.
Yeah, that is true.
So, and I have my theory as to why it never happened last year. They slow played us. They knew give him the beard thing. The old people will complain about that. Let's
do it slowly.
Let's not throw too much
Are
at them
the
at
old
once.
people still complaining about the beard?
Even more so seeing Devin Williams blow games in the Queens because it feels like that's the why they did
He's
it.
the face of the responsibility.
Yeah, but are people talking about it anymore?
No, we've accepted it.
It's a background.
Tradition doesn't matter anymore.
It's a background thing. Like sometimes when I look at Austin Wells, I'm like, wow, that's a beard, all right. Yeah, my theory on why the Yankees applied for it and got it was just in case. Like you always do things, you do things sometimes not with the intention of doing it, but just to have yourself ready in case you want to do it.
Right.
So I think you apply for an alternate jersey and get it approved, not because it's 1,000% your plan, but if we ever want to do it, we can do it. But Aaron Judge, and I respect him for this, he has said a lot of things recently that I don't even agree with. Like, we went into the noise discussion while you were gone, how loud Yankee Stadium is, and I give the station a lot of credit. I think the outcry from guys like Sean, Big Mac talking about it, callers talking about it, led to more investigation on why it's so loud at Yankee Stadium when it comes to music and sound effects. And Aaron Judge was honest. He's like, we want this place to be intimidating, and you guys aren't loud enough. And he didn't get a lot of heat for it. I thought the comment was interesting. Aaron Judge doesn't care anymore. He's going to tell you the truth. And when he says, you talk about tradition, we have a patch on our sleeve, he nails it.
Right.
And by the way, here's why they have a patch on their sleeve. The Yankees bring in $20 million a year from Star Insurance for putting that patch on their sleeve. So I know Aaron knows the money they make and why the Yankees do it, but it is difficult. It's a great point by Judge. I have to admit it. It's very difficult to cry about tradition when you put a freaking company logo on the jersey that Lou Gehrig wore.
Oh, when we went to opening
Come
day,
on, man.
I mean, I pointed this out to you guys, and you see it in all these stadiums, these ballparks now. There is advertising on every free inch.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like Jerry World.
They took away the clock.
Yes, exactly right. I remember the first time I recognized this was down in Dallas. Jerry Jones, and in Washington was the same way. Those two teams have been mastering, this is the Commanders, mastering the advertising game for decades. And that's a ton of money. Like, so when you say it's $20 million for that patch, that actually doesn't sound like a lot of money, considering Aaron Judge makes $38 million, whatever the heck he makes. You're paying half of Aaron Judge's salary with that thing. But there are 100 advertisers throughout the stadium and around the Yankees. So it's just how they make money. It's the reality of how they make money.
I do think in the midst of this uniform thing, the Yankees, the players, everybody's missed a really golden opportunity to make the fans be unanimous in this being okay. The players here, this core has pushed for it.
Right.
Simple deal. You want to break tradition? You win the World Series, your immediate deal is alternates as much as you want next year. And I think every fan would have signed for that. And everybody would have been unanimously happy with that. Go win the World Series.
So make them win a World Series.
You win a World Series.
The alternates.
Your gift is you design the alternates.
Oh, jeez.
You say that now until May 15th of the following year. When you're like, this isn't the Yankees.
No, because then it becomes the rallying cry. You because that's the other part of it. I think anybody who's anti the alternates also looking at this core saying this going, what the hell kind of Yankees are you? You guys haven't won and you're demanding these changes?
Giancarlo Stanton had a great comment about this. He said, I'm sure if we were to do it and we play well, then it's okay. People will like it. If we don't play well, it's because of the jersey.
Well, it's like the red jerseys.
The
Giants, the alternate we had when I was playing.
Yeah.
We never won. Never won.
So you hated them?
I hated them, but the fans thought they were cool.
Yeah.
I liked them.
Yeah. I get
Exactly.
you.
Sean loved it.
I get you. I like Judge, though. This new Aaron Judge just doesn't care. He'll tell you what's on his mind.
Yes.
Let's go to Steve in Massapequa. What's up, Steve?
Hey, fellas. What's going on? Happy draft day.
Happy
Likewise.
draft day.
I was thinking, Ev, if there was ever a time for somebody to spill a drink on your scorecard, it's probably over the last 12 games. I mean, if a little beer gets on it and you ruin the last 12 pages, those are the 12 pages you want ruined.
That's a good point.
You know, make sure it's on the right side of the book.
Yeah.
But very quickly on the Jets draft, I kind of think they have to go Arbel Reese. I know that David Bailey's a good player, but I think all of the leaks that have come out, which are not really leaks per se, but just major media guys saying Bailey all at the same time about 10 or 12 days ago, makes you kind of think that if something did get leaked out and they didn't bring this guy in for a top 30 visit and he stinks, I mean, it's just going to be a recipe for Jets disaster.
Well, yeah,
I don't know how they can't.
That's what kind of concerns me. If you missed it, we had Connor Hughes on a little over an hour ago at 11:15. You could rewind on the Odyssey app, and he was telling a story about how, I think it was the Jets specifically, remind me, it was a team who kind of learned more about that player's personality off the field and his habits by having that visit. And it actually caused them to not draft the player. If you end up drafting David Bailey, who I've admitted is my preferred choice, I'll be fine with Arvell Reese. I'm certainly not going to cry about it. But between the two, I'm going David Bailey. But if you take this player, after not having that visit with him, doesn't it reek of being completely irresponsible? Like, why would you not? There's no negative to it.
Especially if he turns out, and this isn't going to happen because you can just tell from his background. What if he turns out to be a problem child? And it's something that you would have easily recognized. Well, now, with that being said, you've probably already met with him.
Yes, but you can learn more from him being there.
It's either they're very comfortable already or they're taking Arvell Reese. And they thought it was unnecessary.
If they take Arvell Reese, we move on.
Yeah.
If they take David Bailey tonight, again, I don't think it's the end of the world, but I will certainly bring up to you, isn't it kind of concerning that they didn't do all of their due diligence on him? Yeah. And it may turn out not to matter. Bailey could be great, wonderful personality, but when you're making such an important decision, and the second overall pick is an incredibly important decision. It's as important a decision as Darren Muji may ever make until he finds his franchise quarterback, hopefully.
Right.
Don't you have to do everything to make sure it's right?
Yeah, I would.
Sounds like they didn't. If that's the case, let's go to Brian in Northport. Hey, Brian.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. Looking forward to tonight. I think it's going to be awesome. That being said, so there's a lot of drinking games out there, right? You know, and a lot of them are just songs like Roxanne. Now, I'm wondering, I'm trying to think of something in my head that's going to happen repeatedly over and over. If you were to do a drinking game, which I'm too old for that, but just curious, like, what do you think would be a good thing? You know, how many times Boomer smacks someone? How many times McGonagall gets a chicken wing, you know, and you got to take a shot every time?
I think that's a great idea. And since Sean is basically the host of this, is there anything that jumps out at you? One that jumps out at me is anytime Craig picks up a piece of food. That's one shot right there.
Oh, I like that.
Is it something else, something that we do or say?
I think we could be game related, though, too. Every Met or Yankee run, every Nick 3.
Well, that's for us. I think he's referring to the
whole
audience.
For the audience.
The whole audience.
Watching us. They're watching us on YouTube.
That's right.
What are they watching for that's going to repeatedly happen that's going to make them say, hey,
every
Shonja.
Every Boomer drink had, every Craig calorie taken. It's got to be food and drink related. I'm trying to see.
Because there's nothing else that's going to be repeated.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. I got to work. I got to workshop.
Yeah, work on this. You're the boss.
Unless it's maybe Sean trying to get all our attentions, because Sean's the host.
Yeah, he's gonna be like,
guys,
Big Mac,
shut up.
Big Mac, stop talking. What's going on in the Yankee game? Hey, Craig, what are you eating over there? Hey, Gio, what do you think?
I think the term is traffic director.
Yeah, you're the traffic director.
I'm the point guard.
I can't wait. Tonight's a great night.
Okay,
because
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. Well, let's see if he ball hawks at the end of the game.
He definitely will. Oh, he definitely will.
Is Sean going to clear out?
By the end of our time here, 10 o'clock, whatever it is,
yeah.
And we're all like, whatever, sloshed or just disinterested, Sean's going to be taking all the shots.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'll be the last one left on the roof. Keep the cameras going. We're going.
We'll get into the Knicks coming up. What do they have to do to ensure that Game 2 doesn't happen again? Plus more of your phone calls at 888-808-1019. You know, winning hits different with Fanatics Sportsbook when everything is on the line in the playoffs. And with the stakes this high, there's no better time to talk about my partnership with Fanatics Sportsbook and their one-of-a-kind fair play injury protection. There's no better place to bet player props than Fanatics Sportsbook, and Tuesday night proves my point again. San Antonio, Portland. San Antonio's reigning defensive player of the year goes down in the second quarter with that head injury, very concerning. And Fanatics Fair Play voided all pro player prop bets across straights, parlays, and same-game parlays instantly. You paid $0 for that coverage, not a cent. Some books protect your bet for just the first quarter. Some have you pay for injury protection, but not at Fanatics Sportsbook. First half injuries hit the hardest, and that's exactly when we protect you. I got the numbers right here. Fanatics Sportsbook Fair Play Policy, save 55% of SGPs. Don't wait for the bad beat with other books this playoff. Bet with the book that always has your back. Fanatics Sportsbook, winning hits different here. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York residents call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Connecticut residents call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org.
Right now, Amazon Hub Delivery is looking to partner with ambitious New York businesses to become Amazon Hub partners. You and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area when it's convenient to you. And with each package delivered, your business gets paid. Amazon Hub Delivery is making it easy to earn extra money with no startup costs, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. And you get exposure for your business. Learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
New York football Giants have a chance to turn their misfortunes around. Draft number 1 tonight under new head coach John Harbaugh, picking 5th and 10th overall. The one thing the Giants cannot do is draft Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love. Too many holes on this roster, both on defense, the offensive line, and a wide receiver to consider drafting a running back. Love will be a great player. He would be a ridiculous pick for the G-Men. I'm Nick Costos.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Turns out, talk isn't cheap. Just talking about affordability doesn't make things affordable. Straight Talk's had the same price since 2009. Plus, their Gold plan includes a Walmart Plus membership and $20 in Walmart cash when you activate. That's more than just talk.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straightforward, always. Valid through May 17, 2026. $20 in Walmart cash for Straight Talk Gold or Platinum plan customers newly enrolling in Walmart Plus. Limit 1 per enrollment and account. Same price claim applies only to base monthly price of the $45 Straight Talk plan, beginning October 2009.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
Oh, hey, how was your vacation on MSC Cruises?
It wasn't just a vacation. It was a holiday.
What's the difference?
It's a holiday. Because there's European style and American comfort.
Does that happen every time you say that?
I don't know. But on holiday, there's fresh made pasta, and you can cheer on your favorite team at the sports bar.
No, I want to go on.
For a limited time, get up to 30% off cruises, plus kids sail free. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 back in bonus bets if your first bet wins. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips, so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and older, physically present in New York. First online, real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which do expire 7 days after receipt. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hello, New York, New Jersey. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America NA, member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
Penalty kick.
out of the park!
From way downtown for a beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go Teams!
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
If you're carrying a lot of credit card or personal loan debt, every month can start to feel the same. All those bills, all those due dates, all that stress. There's a solution that's designed to make it easier for you. National Debt Relief could put you on the fast track to paying off your credit card debt, personal loans, and even medical debt for less than you owe, with just one low monthly payment you can afford. And no, it's not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. It's a real, affordable debt relief program that could save you lots of money. National Debt Relief has already helped over 1 million people with their debt and has thousands of 5-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. So if you owe $10,000 or more, don't wait. Call 800-300-4411 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-300-4411. One call could help reduce what you owe and simplify your monthly payments. Call 800-300-4411 now to find out how much you could save.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
No matter the season, New York sports never stop. Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets. If it's happening, we're talking about it. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
Yes! Evan and Tiki on this incredibly busy Thursday. I want to be fair about this. These are our teammates, everybody at this radio station, and I love and I respect them. Earlier on the show, we were talking about the latest in the Diana Russini-Mike Vrabel situation and how there are more pictures that have emerged that the New York Post has published. And Sean turned on a microphone and said, while he was the originator of the Bill Belichick rumor that maybe Bill would be behind things, he said he has a new theory, and that new theory is that Gerard Mayo would be behind it. I believe in fairness. So, ladies and gentlemen, I take you back a week and a half ago. Sean Morash was not the originator of the Gerard Mayo idea. This guy was.
That's when you start thinking, who would have an axe to grind with him? Well, one person does come immediately to mind. Who was the head coach of the Patriots 2 years ago?
Mayo?
Got fired after 1 year. He won Super Bowl with his players.
Probably would have got a second year if Vrabel wasn't in the wings, waiting in the wings. Yeah, probably.
There you go.
If I'm Gerard Mayo, you just won a Super Bowl with my guys.
Yeah.
So,
wow. I saw Nikki just say this 2 weeks ago, and I stole it from him. That means Craig stole it from her first.
You're funny. All right, let's get to the Knicks real quick, and then we'll get back to your calls, because obviously it is a crazy sports day with a lot of different number one things you care about. Giant fans care about what they're doing at 5 and 10. Obviously, the Jets have big decisions to make. The Knicks are playing a playoff game. The Mets are trying to win their second straight game. And yes, it is still Yankees-Red Sox. And I have been told that tonight you can get Yankees-Red Sox on the AM side. Early first pitch today at a little after 6 o'clock. And the Carton Show will stay on till 7 on the FM side into a very special Tommy Lugauer. Tommy will do the full 5 tonight, so he'll be on for the draft. So if you want the Yankee game, cool, AM. If you want sports talk, Tommy at 7. And if you want all of us on YouTube, you got that. So you got a lot of options.
But we're not on air until 45, right?
Excuse me?
7:45?
That's what I've been told.
Yes.
I'm going up there at 6 o'clock because I'm watching the Yankee game.
Oh, lovely.
And I got the Mets and the Knicks at 7. So I don't know what time the cameras roll, but I know I'll be sitting there. How about you?
You'll see me at 6:09:30.
6? Is that what time the first pitch is?
6:10.
6:09. Okay. Well, I'm an early guy, so I'll probably get there at like 5:58 because that's just the way I roll.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a great sports night with so many things. On the Knicks. Look, I think the Knicks are going to blow out the Hawks tonight. And there's a few reasons why I feel that way. Number one, they are the better team. I think we all know that.
Yeah.
And I think, and Mikal Bridges made this point the other day, sometimes a loss refocuses you. Sometimes a loss gets you back to the basics. And I think there are going to be three things that I think are going to specifically change tonight that's going to lead to an easy Knick victory. Number one, Jalen Brunson. I think Jalen Brunson is going to come into this game with a focus on distribution, with a focus on spraying the basketball, with a focus on not dominating the basketball. I think he is going to make a conscious effort, especially early, Tiki, to get his teammates involved.
Well, I can potentially see that. But when I think about what happened at the end of Game 2, it wasn't necessarily Jalen Brunson ball hogging and missing shots. It was they were so methodical. It's almost, in the NFL, when a team starts like playing prevent offense,
Sure.
prevents defense, like just don't make a mistake. Whatever you do, don't make a mistake. Inevitably, you make a mistake. That's what it felt like the Knicks were doing. Let me just bleed, run, clock, go. 3 seconds, let me take this ill-advised shot. And so when you start playing that way, you become so grossly inefficient that you end up shooting 5 of 22 in the fourth quarter. So to me, it's not about doing anything different. It's just play basketball. Stop trying to win the game and just step on an inferior team's throat. That's what that was my big takeaway from Game 2, is that you just stop being who you are, and it's why you lost. So just be who you are the entire game.
And I think the point you just made leads into the second thing that I really do think will be different. I have no proof of it. We'll have to see it tonight.
Right.
And that's, I think, Mike Brown's going to be more aggressive with his rotations in terms of trying to step on their throats.
Has to be.
Like, he could sit there after Game 2 talking all he wants about, well, we have played without Cat and Brunson on the floor at the same time. We have tried these weird rotations.
Don't explain it away, Mike. You sound like an idiot.
And Mike, to his credit, also said, hey, I got to be better. He made that comment about the offense and the predictability. So I expect that the rotations will be slightly different, and I'm going to chart this. So I guess you can watch me chart this. I love charting rotations. So while I score the Met game, by the way,
really?
Yeah, I do this a lot. This NFL draft is totally background noise to me. You have to let me know who we pick.
I mean, let's be fair. The NFL draft is going to be 4 picks for us.
Exactly.
I can't see myself caring about maybe whoever Washington takes, maybe.
Yeah.
But I can't see myself caring about a lot of this draft.
No, that's why, like, at the beginning, I'm scoring the Met game, I'm charting the Knick game. Just scream to me when the Jets are on the clock.
Right.
Just let me know. But I'm going to chart the rotations because I have a feeling we will not see time in this game where either Cat or Brunson isn't on the floor.
Yeah.
I think Mike Brown is going to make that rotational adjustment. And then the third thing that I think is going to happen is I think we're going to see a very aggressive Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns has had great success with this matchup. Okonkwo can't defend him. And I think Cat is going to come out a little bit more aggressive. And I think when you combine those things, especially with the spraying of the basketball and some good looks from 3, I think they're going to come out on fire, and I think they're going to beat Atlanta up. Yeah. I really do. Now, I've always admitted, I always want to be honest about this. I hope I'm wrong. I am not a Knick fan. I know that this is a one-team town to most people. It's not to me. So I hate you. I've always hated you. Sorry, that was the Roman Reigns promo from CM Punk.
Jeez.
But I think, because I try to be honest about this, I think you're equipped to destroy him tonight. And I think if you do that, this series can be over in 5.
Yeah, it feels like that's what would happen. If the Knicks go out and destroy them, then it's over in 5. If they struggle and give Atlanta hope and they come back and win Game 4, I mean, this thing could go to distance. I don't think it will, but this is such the important game for the Knicks.
Well, remember this about the Knicks last year, because this is a very similar team to last year. Some minor changes, and the major change being the head coach. But remember how good they were on the road. Remember what they did going to Detroit. And Detroit is not Atlanta. And I mean that as a knock on Atlanta, just so we're clear about this. Detroit is a tough place to play.
Right.
It is loud. It is electric. They are great fans up there. Atlanta is filled with frauds. And the Knicks did an unbelievable job last year, especially with those loud chants. Remember the Jalen Brunson chants?
Right.
Brunson flops a lot.
It wasn't worded that way, but I think it was worded as flop or flop or... The Knicks were so good executing on the road. We obviously saw them do that up in Boston, winning 2 games up there. They won 3 games in Detroit. They won a game in Indiana. Like, do the math. They won a bunch of games on the road last year. So they've been good in this environment. And also, I don't think this environment is that tough. I think there'll be a few Knicks fans in the building. Not many. I think that it's tough sometimes in the postseason to travel as well as you do during the regular season because the home fan base really wants to go. But I think we're going to hear Knicks fans tonight. I don't think it's going to be.
You'll have a good showing of Knicks fans down there.
I don't think it's a takeover because, I think it's tough to do a takeover.
Yeah.
But I think there'll be a decent amount of fans down there.
I think you get 25% of the building tonight.
Wow.
Is that displaced New Yorkers?
Yes.
Is that,
displaced New Yorkers.
/ I do think people travel.
The Carolina, Georgia New Yorkers going tonight.
That's true.
I wonder if you would travel from here, though.
I think a few people will.
It is a Thursday. You can make it an extended weekend.
No, that's a good point. And then you could leave, take a half a day. You can get there.
And you can get a second game in there because you got Saturday's game as well.
No, that makes sense. That makes actually more sense.
I think, though, it's still tough to get tickets. Actually, let me look at the get-in price right now. What do you think the get-in price is right now? By the way, the get-in price for the Met game is like $2.
I'm going to say $88.
$88?
I was going to say $76.
Yeah.
$76.
6, 7 the other way.
Yeah.
And I'm loading it right now. Round 1, Knicks at Hawks. Information you need. Nah, you guys really shortchanged them. The get-in price is for standing room is $110. For an actual ticket is $160.
You know what? Very doable. And pregame, you go to Waffle House, $2 a waffle.
Right.
So you save money that way.
Not too shabby.
That sounds high.
Yeah, I think the prices went up.
Huh.
I think that the fan base is probably excited off of getting a split at Madison Square Garden. Maybe there's a belief down there that they could actually win this series. And yeah, because when I looked, I'd say 4 days ago, the get-in was about $75. Right. I think you guys were in the right range, but I think it's changed. I think there's a lot of excitement.
Because they won a game. That's what it is.
No doubt.
They won a game in New York. It makes the fan base, even if they're, I don't know, fugazi, it made them, hey, you know what? Let's go see.
Yeah.
You never know. And it could be the New Yorkers down there.
I'm out, by the way, for Game 5. Remember I told you I was going to go to Knicks-Hawks Game 5 at the Garden as a season ticket holder?
Yeah.
And you guys will appreciate my excuse. Little League game.
Oh, there you go.
Got to go to the Little League game. Won't be done till 7:45. Can I really leave the Little League game early to go to Madison Square Garden to see a team I hate? Can't do it.
No.
So, unfortunately, I'm not going to go to Game 5.
That'd be bad form.
Be bad form. So, I'll wait for the second round. Unless you guys don't make it. Then I guess there's no playoff basketball for me. Let's get to your calls. 888-808-1019. Dwight is in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Hey, Dwight.
Yeah. The position of defensive back, Tiki, how many do you think will be taken in the first round?
I think there's probably 2 of them. The one, and this kid, defensive back, it depends on if you're talking corner or safety. If you're talking both, I think it's probably 4. And I think the Giants might be in the market for one of them. So, but it's impossible to know. Impossible to know.
Let's go to Dave in Seaford. Hey, Dave.
At the next stop sign.
Hey, guys. As a IRL independent radio listener, I think during the draft you should be taking – I'm a IFO in favor of you guys drinking every time Evan comes up with a abbreviation that no one knows. I'm going to hang up and listen and wait for Condiment of the Week with Craig Carden.
He said I'm going to wait for Condiment of the Week from Craig Carden. Does he have that segment?
Does he?
Condiment of the Week?
Spin the wheel for condiments?
I mean, how many condiments are there? Ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise.
Depends how you define a condiment.
Exactly. Good point.
Is guacamole a condiment?
No.
Okay.
I think a condiment
hot sauce
has to be able to come in a little squeezable packet.
Barbecue sauce? Yes, it's in a squeezable packet.
You could pack it.
Mayonnaise is in a squeezable packet.
So is jelly a condiment?
No.
It's a breakfast condiment. You squeeze the jelly onto a waffle.
Damn it, you're right.
It's good. It's a fair point. Syrup, that's a condiment.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to tune into the Condiment of the Week segment.
I didn't think this was interesting, but now we're talking about it. I think it is very interesting.
You know, when we get to pick 7, I'll bring it up to Craig tonight.
All right. What did he say? Like every time I come up with a fact that no one cares about? Is that what he said, or no one knows? Not sure what he said.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know how many facts I'm going to come up with because you got to remember, I'm busy tonight. I got charting the Knicks-Hawks game, and I got scoring the Mets game.
There's a chance if we're grading words per 3 hours, Evan says the least tonight.
Why would you say that?
Because you're going to be hyper-focused writing balls and strikes down, Evan.
Well, no, I talk if I have something to say.
The Mets game starts half
7:10
hour before we get on air.
7:10,
so
yeah.
35 minutes before we broadcast.
Knicks game, same time.
The draft starts at 8.
Yeah.
Technically, but it's not going to be the first pick until 8:08. 10 or something like
They
that.
did cut down the time
No,
between
but
picks.
I think the first pick is not 8.
No,
Like
I agree with
8:15.
you. They start the show at 8, and then Goodell comes out, gets booed, says a bunch of crap, and says, the Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock. And then the clock starts, and then about 5 minutes later, they make the pick. So I don't think Mendoza's picked officially until 8:15,
Let's do a long-term prediction here.
Yeah, we're going with times?
That is definitely one to speculate on.
Okay.
All right. So after all you said, starts at 8, Goodell, first pick is 8:15. So when do we think the Jets pick? Not when they're on the clock, when they actually pick. The pick, and it's in. It's defined by the pick is in.
Not when it's said.
Not when it's said.
So when
the
the
pick is in.
graphic goes up, the pick is in?
The pick is in.
I think we should do it by when Goodell comes out and says the pick.
Well, they can stretch that out for TV
Yeah,
purposes.
exactly.
Okay.
So the pick is in. In fact, we don't even know if it's like live. I mean, it is live.
8:27. 8:27.
I'm going to say
halftime of the Knicks game. We'll get a nice little halftime break.
I'm going to go 8:31.
8:31. Okay. Sean Morash.
Because they're going to be They're going to be thinking about trading it.
Trading?
Yeah.
The Jets?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I think we get a little pep in our step. 8:22.
8:22?
Okay.
What time did the Giants pick at 5?
Oh, jeez. So that's, in theory, 40 minutes later.
You're going to do this, we're going to do this.
Or 40 minutes from the start.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, which is 31, 3 picks.
Let's check in on another Evan and Tiki
I'm gonna say-
long-term prediction.
8:56.
50, crazy.
Damn, dude. I had 8:57.
There you go.
I'm going 9:07.
9:07.
9:07.
Well, you know what? Given the reason that I said for the Jets that they might be thinking about trading it, that is definitely on the table for the Giants.
I think the Titans run to the clock whenever their time's up. That's just my gut feeling.
Now, we'll skip the Giants at 10. What time? Because this is the time people care about, because that's the time the party's going to end, because people are going to leave. Assuming there are no wild trades, what time did the Jets make their pick at 16?
10-12.
10-12. Okay. Sean Morash?
I think we start flying. I think we feel the 8 minutes. 9:47.
9:47.
You think they fly afterwards?
I think we're gonna.
I think there's just there's so much uncertainty about like who's going to be good.
I agree.
Is this kid going to be good?
But
so I think draft boards or draft rooms across the NFL are going to be debating every single pick.
10:39. Yeah. I think we're going to have a late night tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, 10:39. This thing's going to go slow. Slow as hell. There you go. Our official time predictions. We'll check in on that. And by the way, speaking of checking in on predictions, can you really quickly play our how will Juan Soto do in his first game predictions?
Oh, I missed
just to
that.
see how we did. And for the record, Juan Soto last night went 1 for 3 with a walk. 1 for 3 with a walk was the correct answer.
That sounds like you, Evan.
I don't remember what I said. Let's find out. I'm going to go officially in Juan Soto's return on Wednesday night, April 22nd, 0 for 1 with 3 walks. Tiki Barber.
2 for 5, a walk and a home run.
Oh.
1 for 2 leaves the game torn Achilles because they didn't take the calf series.
You son of a...
We all lose.
I mean,
nobody was even close.
Sean was the closest in terms of like 1 for 2 versus 1 for 3.
I picked the wrong player injury.
But he had to, you did.
I mean, you kind of were channeling something there.
And he didn't just pick an injury. He picked like the worst injury possible.
Right.
It was also a cold night rushing back from a calf. Let's not act like I was the devil there.
I know, but to go out and say a torn Achilles is extreme, bro. It's extreme. You probably got a lot of crap from that yesterday.
I did. I saw some hack Twitter account who conveniently cut out where I said, I hope this doesn't happen, but they're rushing him back.
Oh, well, you could cut at all these different moments.
Yeah.
Either way, I don't think there was a winner in that.
No.
I think we were all way
all
off.
lose.
The
else.
The only winner last night was the Mets. They finally got a win over the Minnesota Twins.
Minnesota!
Yes, indeed. We'll come back with more of your calls. 888-808-1019 is the toll-free telephone number. Plus, as the Yankees get set to play the Red Sox again, Aaron Boone's got some explaining to do. It's Evan and Tiki here on the Fan. The Carton Show coming up at 2 o'clock. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama's making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale to save 30% on your window and door project. Plus, take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts help handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
This portion of the program was sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety. It's also sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
Texting and driving? Big risk, big consequences. You risk traffic tickets, fines, and if you crash and injure someone, you could even go to prison. Pay attention or pay the price. Brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you balance of style, advanced technology, and craftsmanship in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Get more with the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5, the smart choice. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books in Westwood One Sports. Knicks Hawks game 3 tonight as the series shifts to Atlanta, and I like the Knicks to bounce back in this one. New York had a 14-point lead last game heading into the fourth quarter before they collapsed, but they've controlled most of the first two games. Knicks have shot better from the field, from three, and they've out-rebounded the Hawks in this series by a heavy margin. Plus, the Knicks only lost back-to-back games once all of last postseason. Knicks are a 1-point favorite. I think they get the job done tonight. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. Ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
At NYU Langone Health, we know there really is no place like home. That's why we get our surgery patients home faster and have fewer readmissions than any other health system. That means once you're home, you won't need to go back for the same procedure. Instead, you can get back to the things you love. And the next time you need something else, we're here. Better health starts with a better health system. Learn more at nyulangonehealth.org.
Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Helping people achieve their goals is what we do. So if your goal is owning a home, we're here to help with guidance and resources, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
All new Dunkin' Zero. Only 20 calories, zero sugar. The all new revitalizing energy drink made with B vitamins so you can actually feel good about it. Struggling to make it through the afternoon? Wishing every meeting was an email? Sounds like it's time for Dunkin' Zero. It's the perfect pick-me-up without the spiral. And it comes in 6 delicious flavors like Sun Zest and Glamberry. Dunkin' Zero. Only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Zero drinks contain caffeine from caffeine and guarana. Beverages are fruit-flavored, contain zero fruit juice. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Everybody knows Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name-brand discount tire dealer, beating all the local competitors with our guaranteed lowest prices. And now, with over 120 stores throughout New England, we beat all the competition, including the warehouse clubs, the online sites, and the local dealers. Yes, we beat them all with the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name-brand tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody!
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
At Kohl's, spring style starts with the season's best shoe sale and continues with 15% off the rest of your looks. But with great outfits from Kohl's, what happens next is unexpected. Strangers ask where you shop. The breeze feels like it's blowing just for you. Your kids post for photos willingly. Yep, great spring outfits can do that kind of thing. Find yours at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles, offers end April 26th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736. At Citizens, we help make sense of your money and all your money questions.
Do I keep renting or finally buy?
Do I plan for a vacation or plan for a renovation?
How big of a nest should my nest egg be?
If money talks, what's it say to me?
Is cash still king?
Wait, when did a dollar slice go up to $3?
Whatever money questions you have, Citizens has the answers. Make sense of your money at citizensbank.com/made-ready. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch. For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Hey, this is Sal Licata. Right now is the time to make sure that your current cooling system is ready for hot weather. You don't want it to fail when it's 90 degrees out, and if it's over 15 years old, you're wasting your money. Get a new high-efficiency AC system right now from my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling. They are New Jersey's air conditioning experts and have been for decades. Take it from me. These guys have done plenty of work on my house. You'll save money and stay cooler. Contact them now at edisonhvac.com. That's edisonhvac.com.
Today is round one of the NFL Draft. Big Blue and Gang Green will be on the clock with futures at stake. Plus, New York heads down to Atlanta to take the court for a pivotal Game 3. A huge night in New York sports, and the FAN crew is getting together to party.
Yeah, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs and have some fun.
Boomer, Gio, Jerry, Evan, Tiki, and Morash, Carton, and McMonigal all crash the Fans rooftop here in Manhattan. And you can check them out streaming live at 7:30 p.m. on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram. From the penthouse at 345 Hudson Square Properties. Sponsored in part by Sloman's. Save on AC today. Spiked Aid. Sports drink flavors spiked. And your home for everything New York sports. WFAN.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Cooking easy as 1, 2, 3. Discover how at chefiq.com. All right, as you just heard that promo, tonight is some night. So here it goes. The Mets will look to stack back-to-back wins at Citi Field as Christian Scott takes them out opposing Joe Ryan. The Yankees will have their Cam Schlittler at Fenway moment tonight, 6:10 on the AM dial. They aim for their sweep. It's Game 3 for the Knicks and Hawks down in Atlanta at 7 p.m. I think that game's on Amazon Prime tonight.
Correct.
The Jets will pick 2 and 16. The Giants are holding the 5th and 10th picks in tonight's first round of the NFL Draft. And we as a station will all be together on the roof of 345 Hudson Street, watching it all streaming live on WFAN's YouTube page and all the WFAN social media channels, beginning between 7:30 and 8 o'clock.
One of the least interesting playoff series in the NBA is Oklahoma City against Phoenix, just because Oklahoma City's a lot better. I don't think there's any threat that they're going to lose that series. But something interesting happened last night. While the Thunder were up by 15, Devin Booker and Alec Caruso were kind of going at it, and Devin Booker got called for a technical. And Devin Booker was very upset after the game on that T being called on him. And I want to play you what he said after the game. I don't think I've ever heard a player kind of go this far with his criticism. Because I've heard players rip officials. We've heard coaches rip officials. But I want you to listen to this because I don't know if I've ever heard a player go this far. So here's Devin Booker.
I still haven't got one. It's definitely something that has to be looked into. I heard Caruso tell him to call the tech, and, you know, he ended up doing it. So that's one ref. In my 11 years, I haven't called a ref out by name, but James was terrible tonight, through and through. It's bad for the sport, bad for the integrity of the sport. You know, people are going to start viewing this as a WWE, you know, if they're not held responsible.
I've never heard that. Wow. When you start, forget the name check, which is odd, but then to bring up the WWE reference, which is something a guy would do on social media, not a superstar player in the league, saying, hey, people are going to question the integrity.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard a player go that far.
I wish I didn't watch this game, so I don't know what happened with this tech, but was it justified?
You know, it's funny. I was watching the highlight of it. They were just bickering, and there was back and forth.
So
And
why,
I don't know.
Why was the tech called then?
A lot of it is what was said, and I don't know what was said. You know, sometimes a lot of these teas are called by the language of what was uttered, and I don't know.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know if it was a worthy tea or not, even if it was or wasn't.
It didn't affect the game.
Don't mention the integrity. That's a dangerous road to go down. Because the one thing that could bring a sport to its knees is having people actually believe, well, it's all fixed. It's not real. And again, people say it on social media. You may even get a talk show host to say it on a microphone.
Yep.
But for an active NBA star to say it, I heard it and I was like, I think you went too far on that one.
Especially because the NBA has had that with the refereeing scandal.
Yeah, got the Tim Donaghy situation. Yep. Now, the New York Yankees playing a little less than 5 hours, and I don't know about you, Sean. I know that you're happy they won. Ben Rice not being in the lineup last night was an embarrassment.
Yeah, if they didn't win, we're screaming about it.
We're screaming about it. They are facing another lefty today. I assume he'll be in the lineup.
Ben Rice can hit lefties.
Of course he can.
He led off the other day.
Yeah.
And his numbers.
And hit a home run.
Yes. Like, I love Paul Goldschmidt. I respect Paul Goldschmidt. He's had a wonderful career.
I told you.
You cannot.
This is participation baseball.
Yeah,
man.
but it can't happen with Ben Rice.
But against the Red Sox, it can.
You know what? This may sound nuts to you. I would rather you give Giancarlo Stanton an off day, even after a monster day, than sit Ben Rice. Ben Rice is the future. Ben Rice needs to play every day.
He's their second best player.
If you're so concerned about Goldie playing, then sit Giancarlo Stanton, which I don't even love, but hey, I'm trying to make a deal with you.
Right.
Have Ben Rice DH and play Goldschmidt at first base, or just have Ben Rice catch, which they're not ready to do. But under no circumstances, I can't make this any more clear, and I can't believe you would disagree with this.
It's a game.
He has to play every day.
It's a game.
What do you mean? What game?
It's one game.
No, it's happened multiple times.
I know, but it's one game.
All right.
They keep adding up, though.
Now, so I think you're both right in this instance. Like, in that small vacuum, if that was just one game, I think I'm with you. I think the issue more broader is, why are we being lied to? About Ben Rice, because whenever Aaron Boone is brought up about, like, hey, Ben Rice with lefties, he keeps telling you, no, he's going to play. This is not that situation. And yet it feels like at least once, if not twice a week, a lefty's on the mound, and they basically make Ben Rice the platoon with Paul Goldschmidt.
Doesn't that feel like that's not coming from Boone?
Well, then that goes back to the conversation we had preseason, which is who's really making the lineup and who's not. So this is what I'm talking about with what's being lied to, Tiki. If it's Aaron Boone, who is truly the one making the lineup, nobody has any input, nobody has anything, then why, for lack of a better term, can't he keep track of what he's telling us and what he's actually doing? Because those things are not adding up with Ben Rice and his lack of playing versus lefties. They're just, what he's saying and what he's doing are two different things.
I mean, it's stupid this year. His splits versus lefties. Against righties, he's batting .320. Versus lefties, he's batting .300. So what are we talking about?
Yeah, he's not a platoon guy.
He can't sit.
Of course not.
He can't sit.
So I think when that becomes the reasoning, even though that's not what they're saying, that's not what Booney's saying. He's saying, I like to have my bullets in my holster or whatever the heck he said.
Well, that was dumb. And I think he even knows it.
I want to use it whenever I feel like it. That can't be the reason. And this lefty-righty thing can't be a reason
I think
either.
the reason is what you actually said, which is he wants to get Paul Goldschmidt in games.
Yeah, it's participation.
And
it's participation baseball.
Yeah, and it's got to stop.
Evan's right, though. Giancarlo's got to sit no matter what once a week. Those are the days to sit him.
I would honestly tell Paul Goldschmidt, your job here is probably not going to involve playing a lot.
Yeah.
Be ready. You're a pro. Be ready.
And by
that
the way,
should have been told to him already.
I think he'd be perfectly fine with that.
So then why is he being force-fed in while taking Ben Rice out of the game? This has happened multiple times.
Here's the good thing. This is what we're complaining about.
No, I know.
All right?
I get you.
In fact, the platoon nature of the way that they use their third base was perfect last night.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Ahmad Rosario gets all your RBIs, and then Ryan McMahon comes in and plays unbelievable defense at third base.
Ahmad Rosario is a perfect fit for the Yankees.
Yes.
And he has been since the moment Brian Cashman acquired him and then re-signed him. He's been wonderful. He has. I just think the usage of Ben Rice is frustrating. And I get when you win, it's like, why bring it up?
Mm-hmm.
It's something you only bring up when you lose.
Yeah.
And the Yankees are winning, and they're playing wonderful baseball right now. Their pitching has been awesome. The Red Sox may never score another run again. But
No, they scored last night.
Yeah, that doesn't count. The game was basically over.
Hijinks pitching for the 30th day in a row.
Ben Rice cannot sit. Like, he just needs to play every day. It needs to be a hard rule.
I agree with that 100%. I just don't think we're going to see it. The problem is that Ben Rice is not a 24-year-old prospect. He's 27 years old. And
yeah, but he's developing before our eyes, and he's earned the right to play every single day.
Of course.
And if you're going to sit somebody, sit someone else. If you're not comfortable with him catching yet, which is still odd to me, but okay, they don't want to catch him yet, then as great as G is, and G is fantastic, sit him.
I don't think they want to catch him because I don't think they want him to be a catcher.
Yeah, but I think you can do it in a way where if it happened once every 2 weeks, it's a way to keep his bat in the lineup. It's a way to keep that muscle fresh, like the ability to catch. And you're not making him an everyday catcher. You're making him a guy who has this tool that you can still use. Now, a lot of teams don't do that. I understand that. Usually when a guy gets converted from catcher, they eventually just become done. Like, they don't catch anymore.
Yep.
But as long as Ben Rice is capable of doing it, I think it's an awesome weapon to have.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him as a catcher. I'm worried about him becoming a great first baseman and defensively, but then just his bat being live like Aaron Judge usually is.
Yeah, he should play every day. And if you're not going to lead off Aaron Judge, which Aaron Boone is not going to do, then Ben Rice should lead off.
Yep.
Your 1-2 every day should be Ben Rice and Aaron Judge. Richie in Queens, what's going on, Richie?
Hey, guys, how can anything be better? I mean, at this point, I played golf. I got the Giants and the Dodgers. By the way, we beat the Dodgers 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
You know what we have to do one day? I go to a Giant game every year. I got to hook up with you because I want to sit with you for 3 innings and see if you can multitask. My conversation and you doing your scorecard. I think if you can do that, it'd be awesome.
I think I can. I can handle it.
Yeah, I'd love to see you there. I'd be like sitting with your dad because I'm probably your dad's age, mid-70s. How old is Dad now?
You got it. I mean, basically the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to be, I know you're going to be 43, which is stunning when I think about it. But, I'm just thinking about the one thing, too, with tonight, guys, when you're on the roof, I mentioned it to Shawnee. Tiki, you might remember it, Up on the Roof by the Drifters. You got to play that as you guys go up. That's a great song, and that's where you guys are going to be. But as far as the draft, Tiki, it's amazing what's going on. Bailey, no, is it going to be Reese? Are we going to go with Love? I think Love goes to the Titans, Tiki. I really do.
Yeah, I think he might.
I know they need more.
In the top 5. He's definitely going in the top 5.
And as far as what we do, I mean, he's a defensive-minded guy. Losing Dexter, I know, changed things. Do we get a free agent to fill that spot? Because we're not going to go defensive tackle.
No.
But Downs could be the guy. And if Styles is there, and I think Reese might even go to the Cardinals. So I don't know if Reese and Bailey, Ev, I think Bailey's the best fit for you. I really think he's ready at this point. So it's going to be really interesting, guys.
No, it's going to be a fun night. Appreciate you, Rich. Hope you enjoy it. But hey, look, it's going to be the Jets are going to set the draft. Whatever the Jets do is going to set in motion what happens following. Because if they take Bailey, then the Cardinals have a decision between Jordan Love and Arvell Reese. And
Jeremiah Love.
Jeremiah Love. What do I keep saying?
They'd love Jordan Love.
I keep saying Jordan Love. But Jeremiah Love and Reese. And so it's going to be determined by what? I don't think the Cardinals take Bailey.
Do you get a sense?
I think they want Reese and Love.
Do you get a sense on what the Jets are going to do? Because it's been such a...
Reese.
You think it will be Arvell Reese?
Yeah.
Is that your gut too, Sean?
I just feel like he's so much more versatile, therefore valuable. And his floor, which Sean and I talked about yesterday, is off-ball linebacker, which they also need.
No, they need a lot.
Right? And maybe he turns into, as Connor said,
Micah Parsons?
Micah Parsons.
Inject that into my veins.
Right, he kind of was a hybrid at Penn State, linebacker, hand in the ground type of edge rusher. Now he's a great just edge rusher. That's his ceiling. But he also could just be a really good Pro Bowl linebacker.
I'll take that.
I think Reese is the better player, but I think it's going to be Bailey tonight. I do. I keep going back to Aaron Glenn didn't take Will McDonald. I know Connor Hughes made that point before.
Yeah, but they're the same. That's what Connor was saying.
But Bailey's big comp is Aiden Hutchinson. And I keep going back to Aaron Glenn with the Lions.
I watched him. Did I Texas Tech? I called one of their games, I think. I don't see him have that kind of motor.
Okay. And
Aiden Hutchinson is... If you're channeling Aiden Hutchinson, you're saying like motor for days.
Yeah, it doesn't stop.
I don't feel that with Bailey. He's good. He's really good. but he's not chasing you down, when the quarterback scrambles, reverses field 3 times, and ends up on the edge. He's not still chasing you down. Aiden Hutchinson is still chasing you down.
With that pick, the other question I have, because a lot has been made about like Muji, Glenn, is Muji here past that? Is this ultimately going to be a Muji call, or is it going to be a Glenn call?
It's fascinating because it felt when this administration started a year and a few months ago that Aaron Glenn was clearly the alpha.
Yeah.
And I don't know if something has changed.
I don't think that's
yeah, I don't get that vibe anymore. And maybe what changed is Woody Johnson, as the boss, looks at both of his guys he hired and says, who had a better first year? And if you do that in a fair way, with all due respect, one guy had an atrocious first year. His name is Aaron Glenn. And the other one had a not bad first year in Darren Muji. So I would think based on that.
I think given the assets that he acquired, he had a great first year.
No, I know.
This is Muji's capital.
I think this is Darren Muji's draft. I think Aaron Glenn has a voice, and I think he has an opinion. But I think who came up with this theory? So remember back when Aaron Glenn made the over-the-top comment about Geno Smith leading us to the promised land?
Yes.
There were also reports that Darren Muji wanted Geno Smith, and Aaron Glenn actually preferred Kirk Cousins. And ultimately, Darren Muji got what he wanted. And it may have been you, Sean, whose theory to the over-the-top comment was that it was a shot at Darren Muji saying, hey, we got your guy. He's going to lead us to the promised land. Yep. And I don't know if that's true, but it made me laugh. And it's like, you never know. But it would be a sign that this is Darren Muji's team, that these are his picks, and he's ultimately making the decision. So if it's him making the decision, does it feel like it's going to be Bailey or Reese?
Then I would go to Reese, and I'd go back to not bringing in Bailey for the top 30 visit.
Yeah, well, the great part is in 8 hours, we're going to have the answer because the endless speculation is driving me nuts.
Right.
Let's go to Ben in Massachusetts. Good afternoon, Ben.
Hey, how you doing? Just want to say, Tiki, love you. Love all you did for New York Giants.
Thank you, Ben.
I want to go ahead and talk about Ben Rice again. We can go back to that whole platoon conversation you guys were having before. Sorry to bring you guys back to that. But I want to say, I agree with the fact that Ben Rice is our best hitter, I think, right now in our lineup. But I think to say that you'd rather put Ben Rice in the game in the lineup instead of Giancarlo Stanton right now, with the way that he hits at Fenway, it just seems to always work out for him at Fenway.
It does.
I think that's kind of a crazy thing to say. I think especially Ben Rice had a couple really bad plate appearances the other night. I know that's not like.
But hear me out, Ben. Hear me out, Ben.
Yeah.
I agree. I'd rather play Giancarlo Stanton every day at Fenway Park. I am saying if the need is to get Goldie in the lineup, if that's the goal here, hey, he mashes lefties in his career. He's Paul Goldschmidt. We got to get him in to play first base. We got to do it. I'm saying if that's what I'm forced to do, I'd rather continue to let Ben Rice develop by playing every day and give Giancarlo an off day. If it was up to me, Goldie wouldn't play, and both Rice and Stanton would be in the lineup.
Right. I can totally agree with that. I just, it's like, it's hard because he's a young guy too, and it's like that. Because you were talking about the whole catcher situation where he's supposed to, kind of be playing like a couple of splits as like a catcher. I don't necessarily think that would be great for his development at first base at all.
Right.
Because I think that
let him kill it at first base.
Well, then just let him play first base.
I think that's what they're doing. I think that's what the plan is. Is it because you see this often, right, in baseball history? Catchers become really good first basemen. Not that,
or really bad first basemen.
Or bad, but
like
whatever.
Mike Piazza.
It's just but he actually caught in Major League Baseball.
Oh, you mean like young catchers?
Yeah, like young catchers who come up as a catcher and then it's like, all right, we don't really need you there. We're going to develop you into a first
Wilson
baseman.
Contreras has become a good first baseman.
Yeah, but
former catcher.
He's a stud though. It's a different situation.
Well, I'm just giving you examples.
I know, but I feel like the Yankees want him to be their long-term first baseman.
Then play him every single day.
I agree.
And unfortunately for Paul Goldschmidt, who's only a first baseman, we got no role for you.
They re-signed him this offseason for insurance because they didn't know how good Ben Rice was going to be at first base.
That's fine.
And they have this uber level of respect for him and don't want to hurt his feelings.
Come on.
So they let him participate.
See, I don't like what you're saying because it makes Goldie feel soft. Goldie's not soft. This is Boone being soft.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Goldie. I think Goldie
can handle it.
He handled it fine in the postseason last year.
So this is all Aaron Boone's fault.
Stick to football, Barber.
But doesn't it feel like that?
Yeah, it does feel.
Ben Rice hit a home run in 4 consecutive days.
I know.
4 days in a row. And then you're like, hey, kid, you're hot right now. Sit down.
Yeah, because we want to use you as a bullet off the
What
bench.
the heck does that even mean?
No, that's the point. That's why.
I mean, if I was Ben Rice and Aaron Boone said that to me, I'd be like, what is wrong with you? Like, or
can't say that to the manager.
Or what did I do?
You guys are dumb.
I'm hot. Like, why are you sitting me down?
Yeah.
Like, no matter what you say to me is not going to make sense.
Well, they are facing a lefty today, and when that lineup comes out,
oh, by the way, I'm hitting 300 against lefties.
I know. He hits him. He better be in the lineup.
I have the best batting average against lefties than anybody else on this damn team.
I know. So
Like, what are you talking about?
It's not even a lefty thing. That's why I don't even think it's about that. It's about, hey, it's Paul Goldschmidt. We got to get him in the lineup.
So it's participation.
Yeah.
It's participation baseball.
If you want to word it that way, I can't argue with it.
What else can you call it? I'm serious.
Yeah, I get you. I think you're right. Vernon's in Atlanta, Georgia. Hotlanta. What's up, Vernon?
Hey, first time since y'all moved to the new time set.
Welcome.
TK,
What's up, Vernon?
hey, man, you're a true giant
Thank you,
on and
brother.
off the roster.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I like what you're doing in that chair. Evan,
yes.
You're lying. Because I've been down here since 98.
Okay.
And they had the Georgia Dome then.
Yeah.
The Knicks fans dominate the games down here. That's why the prices went up, because they know New Yorkers is going to spend that money, because we also, all we want to do is spend money when our teams come down here.
Yeah. Hey, Vernon.
Can go up.
Vernon, why did you move down there? Weather?
Wife. Wife for 33 years. Wife for 33 years who I'm not with right now.
But at least you got you to Atlanta.
Hey, I'll be back up that way, man. So when I come up there, y'all definitely jump on my podcast, all right?
All right, definitely.
Thank
Appreciate you, Vernon. Thank you,
Appreciate
brother.
it. I'm not lying. I'm merely saying that the prices went up in part
He's just
to
saying-
Hawk fans being excited.
But he's also
yes, I'm sure the
he's
Knicks drove
also
the prices
saying
up.
There's just displaced New Yorkers. Brandon Jacobs is down in Atlanta now.
Is he really?
Yeah, that's where he raised his monster children.
Nice.
Wow.
Braden ended up starting a bunch of games at not Braden. Is that his?
You should know. I don't know.
Yeah, you can't ask us this one. Sorry, this is on you.
He's got 2. One of them is in Clemson, and he ended up starting a bunch of games.
Oh, nice.
How about that for a giant right tackle?
He's enormous. He played guard. He's a tackle, but he
Wow.
played guard. Started for guard for Clemson.
That'd be cool if we had a second generation of Jacobs helping the New York Giants out.
Oh, this kid is getting drafted in the first round.
I don't know, to Vernon's point, how, like, there's a lot of things in sports where we can say, hey, I predict this is going to happen. You predict that's going to happen. I don't know how we predict crowd sounds, because what he's saying is that a lot of Knicks fans are going to be at State Farm Arena tonight. And I think there'll be some.
Right.
I just don't think it's going to be nearly as much as you hear during the regular season. Like, you know when the Knicks fans go to Charlotte, how it's just unbelievable how they take over?
Yeah.
The last time the Knicks went to Charlotte, it wasn't the same because the Hornet fans started to get excited and they weren't selling off their tickets. So I don't know how to, like, make a bet or a prediction of, it's only going to be 10%, it's only going to be 30%, because it's really all subjective to how it sounds. So all I'll say is I don't think it's going to sound the way it normally does. It's not going to be Garden South. Will there be Knicks fans there? Absolutely. But I don't think it's going to be the takeover you normally get during the regular season.
I was right, Braden. 6'7", 345.
How tall is he?
6'7", 345.
Has this become uncool yet, the 6'7"?
No,
Has it been around yet?
I find us finding it more and more cool by the day.
Yeah, I find myself enjoying it.
We're appropriating it from our kids.
Yeah.
It's just like Facebook. Yeah. And then now they're done with it.
Yeah. We're going to put a Farmville into 6'7" next.
We are. Mike is in South Carolina. Good afternoon, Mike.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Good afternoon.
What's up?
It's probably a little bit late in terms of my thought process about the draft coming up, but I think if you hear me out on this, I thought it might be a good process in a sense where Jets and Giants traded picks in terms of first round. I think Harbaugh wants Jeremiah Love, right? Jets give him number 2. Number 5, Jets will get Ari Reese, and I think Bailey will still be there, right? Number 10, Jets will get their Caleb Downs. Giants get number 16 pick. They can pick if they want a receiver. They won't need one. Jeremiah Love could play out of the slot. Jeremiah Love, badass on the offense, and it'll be really, really relieve Jason Dart's sophomore year. Jackson Dart, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jackson Dart, I'm sorry.
It's all right. No, it's
but
okay.
So, I mean, so the Jets got a 33rd pick, and then the Giants got a 37th pick. In terms of receivers, there's a ton of receivers out there.
No, there are.
I mean, Lemon, Tyson, Cooper, Brazil.
And it feels like a lot of the receivers are not the same, but they feel similar. None of them are Malik Neighbors level or Brian Robinson or what was it, guys? Brian Thomas's level, but they're good wide receivers, and they all have like minor weaknesses. No perfect prospect, but there's tons of them. So you can get one late. It's interesting his idea, though, for the Giants and Jets to flop.
It could happen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's crazy because...
Would the Giants do it? Because the Giants are in a better position than the Jets because they just have 2 top 10s. Flip picks, give us your third.
Yeah, or a second. They'll probably ask for because the Jets have 2 seconds. That's what you'd try to get.
Right. Second, which makes up for the Giants not having a third.
Before the Giants got to 10, so before this was even like a discussion, there were those rumors of the Jets may trade up for a wide receiver. And I remember my opinion to you, which was I'm open to it. Yeah. I'm just not touching any of my capital from 27.
Right.
I'll touch my capital from 26. If I have to throw in a second-round pick, I don't want to necessarily because they need a lot of players. But if you're trying to get the number 1 wide receiver in this draft and that guy's sitting there, probably Carnell Tate at 10, does it make sense? Sure, it makes sense. Now that you're here, now that you've made it, it could happen. Yeah. I think there's a possibility that at some point tonight, if the Jets are doing a trade-up, that it involves the Jets and the Giants. I don't think there's any issue with that. Like, I don't think the organizations care. They've made trades in the past.
Yeah.
And it's certainly not the one we envisioned 9 months ago when the Giants may get the number 1 pick and we're going to trade it or trade for it. But there could be a Jet-Giant trade tonight.
Go to 16 to 10 is 300 points. That's basically a mid-second round pick.
There you go. And the Jets could offer an early.
Let's have that trade happen just as Cam Schlitter was about to throw a perfect game in Boston.
Could be a wild night. Could be a wild night up on the roof. You can check that out on YouTube and all the WFAN social media pages. But we got a lot more Sports Talk Radio coming up. The Carton Show is next with Big Mac and Craig Carton. Loogie will follow. The Yankees will be on the AM side, and we'll be on the roof. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 10 a.m.
And this Odyssey Sportsman